Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search for you, stay lost. Search for you, stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Again, so stick around. So stick around.
world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide away I love. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. You'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You're so don't let it go. I know you feel me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're letting close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide away I love. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. You'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You're so don't let it go. I know you feel it. You'll always be my broken love.
Let me play my cool intro. Y'all ain't ready for this. The disrespect is real.
I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch.
No, it's okay. You guys are all welcome to trash Queen in the chat. We'll hold a whole panel on Queen.
I am honest to a point, but a lot of the things I talk about aren't true.
Wait, somebody not telling the truth on YouTube? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me. The road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force apart. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
Me and my friends, we're gonna find you and we're gonna rip you apart like a wasteland.
Snakes don't get a fucking safe space. If she wants to keep it going, then we'll keep going. If she wants to stop the bullshit, then we'll stop the bullshit. But I'm not gonna fucking sit here and let anybody lie on my motherfucking name.
Bring your ass. The fucking link is in the chat. That's
Oh, loose booty, wet panty looking ass boy.
Replay that, Queen. Her name is Queen. It ain't really so much Queen. Queen B. Queen B. Queen B. Okay, there. Queen B. Queen B's money. Queen B ain't got no money. Queen B.
She always fucks some shit up. I don't know why PJ doesn't get his ass on a motherfucking leash and get his ass under control. Fuck.
Better than never. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter. Try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever. The beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key controlled by fire to fly.
And I haven't brought it public. You know why? Because someone that I was fucking close to is in the middle of a goddamn lawsuit.
How do I get my hands on your soap? Because I need something to clean these titty flaps. My job is just not doing it.
Bring your asses. As simple as that. Come in. I mean, bring it. Bring your asses. Hey, don't get Queen Bee and her 550, 600 servants. Bring their asses out.
You might have started it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Absolutely.
Or go to somebody else's panel. Let me just say Queen Bee's panel. I'm telling you, we all need to go up on Queen Bee's panel because that seems where everybody's going. I guess Queen Bee is like the god of YouTube.
Queen Bee Escobar, bro.
She's in China just making drugs.
You know, I run the cartel on the YouTubes. I run the cartel here. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what boss bitches do.
Exactly.
He's beefing with the Queen Bee because I heard the stinger sucks.
This lady Queen Bee with the lip ring is innocent. You two weirdos are being weird. No, I know who this is. You're the lady that was on Molly Go Lightly.
No. You have no doubt QB could hold her own with any female on YouTube. Let me tell you something we all learned a long time ago.
I would fuck her up and drag her from here to China. Let's meet one-on-one.
Ryan checks their mouth can't cash. Bitch, I didn't write a check. My mouth can't cash. I cash all them motherfucking checks.
And I cannot for the life of me understand why people put her on a pedestal. And these allegedly smart people put her on this pedestal like she's something important.
We got to tell you about yourself. It's your fucking old lying ass over there. Is her fucking name obnoxiously relevant?
Because
I know, she changed it.
She meant to say obnoxious and irrelevant. That's what she meant to say.
And coincidentally, it sounds exactly like Queen Bee's voice because, as I've always thought, Queen Bee is using some sort of slight distortion on her voice when she broadcasts.
Exposed!
Queen Bee exposed! Oh my god, bitch. Did they get that Dugan?
Said they get that Dugan. That shit chronicle with Shady. You better fucking shut your mouth with that. Bro, stop.
Wow. What in the hell? Someone told Queen Bee that you said it was her hacking your email. What the hell is wrong with people?
Right? Take your ass to bed. It's fucking past your bedtime. Go on now.
Right? Why you gotta be crying?
Motherfucking killing the vibe, bitch. What? Take your ass to bed. Boston, no. I'm not capping at all. I'm telling the whole truth.
Look, babe.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna skedaddle. You know me, skedaddling away.
All right.
Pumpkin. I love you too.
Alright. I despise you, Boston.
Whatever.
Good morning, beautiful.
Happy day.
Happy day, baby. We got trigger the day. I trigger these motherfuckers every day.
Baby Jesus showed us that, you guys. I swear to God.
I know that's right, because you just put right on that shit.
Yes, I did. Baby Jesus was like, look here.
Yeah, fuck the pause. Pause for the cause. Fuck that pause.
I'm just trying to be a better person. I know it.
Let's see here. God damn it, Duke. You hear him?
Yes, your dog is orange.
Damn it, Duke.
Girl, this tea is piping!
It's living! Motherfucker's hot!
That just burnt the roof of my mouth!
Where's Candy Sue? Where's she at? You heard that like I heard that one. Fire in the hole. Smoke him if you got him.
You're like the type of person that would probably be in the back of the class.
Fuck you, me too.
Ellie's a thug.
Right.
You don't
We're all thugs around here. Shambles. Thank you for supporting the hot biddies. Y'all wasn't ready for that, was you?
Wait, I wasn't, bitch. I was not. I wasn't even close to ready for that shit. All right, I love you, baby girl. I'm gonna jump off.
I love you too, baby doll.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Good morning. Good morning to some. Good afternoon to others. Thank you so very much, Miss Sherry, coming in with the first $5 super sticker. I appreciate your love. Seeker right behind you with the $20 super sticker. Good morning and happy Monday, love. Good morning, good morning. We got all kinds of stuff to go over today. Look, I put on Sleepy McFarland's live last night and passed right on out. Shit, she puts herself to sleep and me. I couldn't do it. Good morning, Maribella. Thank you so much with the third super sticker in here, baby. I appreciate you showing love. It's just past midnight there. What is it, Lindy Lou? My goodness, you must be over in the UK. Are you over in the... It's absolute shambles. I am by Valley Fair Mall in West Valley. I don't know where that's at, baby, but you know what? Be careful putting your information out here like that, okay? Just be very careful. So you guys, there's been a little bit of stuff going on the streets. Not a whole lot, but a little bit, you know. A little bit. And let's start with this. I think Bobbie's son has a little bit of some explaining to do. Because if you go back and look, what the hell were you doing on the 25th outside with a flashlight on the night that Sebastian goes missing? It's very weird. Sleepy tried to say that, you know, he might have possibly been out hiding, smoking, vaping, whatever, but I'm not buying that. I'm just not buying that. And after we've seen all the different things with these kids and the shit that they do, I don't know. Seems kind of sketch to me. Seems very sketch to me. And they're saying that's the plan B. No, that's definitely not plan B for us. That's for sure. We don't have plan Bs and plan As and shit. But the way she come in, you know, like a wrecking ball and wanted to be all up in the investigation, and like SF said, she was out there running around like a chicken with her head cut off. You know, talking to the investigators while they're trying to search for this missing child, and she's trying to be out there and be nosy. Like he said, it's pretty disheartening, you know, because you're wasting precious time. But I mean, I guess if you know what happened, then there would be a reason to waste time, huh? I don't know. Seems pretty sketch to me, but we'll go over that. Also, the green team booted old Miss Julie Skolnick's, or whatever the hell her fucking weird ass name is. They saw she was on live crying last night talking about the green team doesn't want her. Tony don't want her. She's a liability. He doesn't want her on the green team. Well, Tony, I mean, a lot of people didn't want you on the green team either. And people were trying to figure out when the problems came, you know, when all the hate came to Seth and when all the problems came to Seth. Well, I would say, in my opinion, a lot of the problems came to Seth when he booted his team and hired Tony and Betty and started with the shit. Started on their bullshit. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I don't know. We're going to go over Julie's stuff here. I got it pulled up. Give me 1 second. We're about to go over her shit first. We also have Laura Lodge, the one with the bigger channel that couldn't wait to say Katie and Chris were absolute shit. Dressed up in a maid outfit, telling his stories, which he reminds me of like Josh from the lab. He reminds me of him. Like did a lot of fuck shit back in the day, and then claims like acts like he didn't, or spins another story as if he didn't do anything shitty, or you know what I mean. That's what it seems like to me. What up, B-Thuck Dizzle? What you doing?
What's up? Yeah,
Monday.
Thanks. Welcome to Monday.
I was wondering if you was working today. I'm like, oh shit, it's a Monday.
Yeah, probably tomorrow. That'll be the day. That's when things
start. Yeah, I was say, you know what though? There's a lot of things that are still like even like offices and stuff are closed today still.
Yeah. I don't know. I think with the Laura Lounge guy, like with the dress, I don't know why he did it. I'm sitting there.
I don't know. That was really odd, wasn't it?
Maybe he was like doing it for a charity. Maybe it was a charity or something. It was just weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I said we're gonna go over it anyways, but I wanted to go over this Julie Skolnick stuff. That's what I was talking about when you came up. I don't know if you heard me or not, but
yeah, I heard that.
She got booted from the green team. She was very, very upset about it.
She's like, she saw like she was reading off the list. She's like, why am I not on this list of recommended curators? I'm on the green team. I'm like, man, because you're a whack job.
She wants to be on the green team so bad she can't stand it, but she's not, and they don't want her on the green team, and they ain't gonna have her on the green team at all.
Imagine like a situation where you're so low, like you're so bad, you're such a liability that even like Josh is better than you, fucking Betty is better than you. Like these people are higher than you, and you are that big of a liability that they can't. Like these people are better off than you. Like holy fuck, that's bad.
Well, the shit she says and does, I wouldn't want to deal with that shit either, and I definitely would not want to deal with all the fucking mess that she brings. Tony's got enough mess to clean up on his own with Sean.
Shit, that's a full-time job.
Right, I was gonna say it's a full-time fucking job keeping his ass in line.
It's like, hey. My God, whenever I look at this is gonna get me some shit, but whenever I look at this lady's picture, she reminds me of the movie Pumpkinhead, like the monster from Pumpkinhead.
I don't know. She reminds me of like Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, the Cindy Lou Who's mom.
Who the fuck is Cindy Lou Who?
Cindy Lou Who's mom.
The Grinch. Oh yeah,
the Grinch, the movie The Grinch. There's a little girl called Cindy Lou Who. And she meets the Grinch, but Julie reminds me of Cindy Lou Who's mother.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hold on. Brianna says, God, that was pathetic, Julie. You just subbed even the suggers don't want you. I can't even read that. My phone is like going off. All right. That was pathetic, Julie. You just sugs. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Even the suckers don't want you. You suck so bad. Sucks to suck. Sorry for your suckage.
Oh my God.
Hell to the no. Bree, sucks to suck shit, doesn't it? Sucks to suck. I thought maybe you was like, what is she talking about? Hold on, Julie. Stop being nasty. Blank screen coming from you. I don't know about that. What's up, Voices? What you doing, girl?
Oh my God.
You blew the fuck out of us yesterday. I said, fuck y'all.
Oh, I was testing out my equipment and moving my setup around.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to get my craft area so that the light will hit on the cricket so that people can watch the cricket doing its thing.
Here we go with the crafting shit.
I know. Crafty Mafia.
Crafty McFucking crafters.
Yep.
I don't like you guys because I'm fucking jealous. I can't craft like you guys can.
We are going to get you there, I promise.
Fuck that.
No.
I gave up.
All right, then send me the heat press, and I
Guess
will make
what?
the t-shirts.
I got somebody that's gonna make me merch for sure. I said, if you're gonna make the merch, I'll give you the cricket and the press.
Nice.
And she said, yeah. What's up, Cheesy Weezy? What you doing, guy?
Oh, it's fucking Cheesy Weezy. We gotta kick this person. We can't have this person here.
You'll be nice, B-Tim. Kick B-Tim off the panel for once.
I'm not nice. Let's get Cheesy. We don't need this person here. Unbelievable.
I worked hard yesterday to get my curtains so that the seams lined up so it wouldn't bother B-Tim.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so this one, what is it with people when they start going in on this case, they start looking like this? She's looking like Betty. She's looking like
I
Brittany.
think she wants to. I think her goal is to look and act like Betty because she wants to be on the team.
Yeah, she wants money.
Oh, she's trying to. Right, she sees money, dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised that they're not letting her on the team because I mean
that's why Betty won't stop talking about this case because she's not going to let that money go.
Right. It was a few weeks ago, and Jay was talking about her, and she's like, Jay's talking about me. And then she messaged, she said, I'm messaging Nick.
Is that day? She did 7 lives on it over it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm messaging Nick. Well, he's probably tired of listening to you. Anytime anybody talks about you, you're messaging them.
Lady, I don't give a fuck if she goes live about you.
Right?
They go live about me too.
Welcome to YouTube. We go live about each other all day, every day.
Right. That's what YouTube was built on.
This one just annoys the piss out of me, though. Oh, she is so self-inserting. She's called Craddock. She's called and recorded the calls.
Yep.
She's called
She called the governor. The governor. She called the fucking district attorney. The governor. Officer Craddock. The attorney general. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, Julie? What are you doing?
Did she really?
Fucking doing, dude? For what? Why are you calling these folks?
Oh yeah, Cheesy, and recorded it, and then
She's
played it for content.
She's recorded every single one of them. She's called Craddock twice and used it for content. Yep.
Wow. Did we find somebody worse than Betty?
Yeah, we did.
Wow. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Guess I need to watch her more.
Oh, she called Bruce Castor's office.
Wow.
Yeah, to confirm because she thought I was lying, I guess. I don't know what the fuck she thought, I guess. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but she's a fucking wild card. That's for damn sure.
No wonder they don't want her on the green team. She's a big liability.
That's what I said. She's a fucking huge liability. They don't want to deal with that, and they don't want to hear our shit over her bullshit. You know what I mean? They already have to hear us enough.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know her that well, so I've only watched her a couple of times. She drives me crazy.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's enough. All right, well, here we go. I'm going to put her on fast. I got her on 1.75. 1.5.
My
Her
now
fucking internet sucks.
I'm an intuitive person. I'm a sensitive person. When I'm being, you know what I mean? When people are club and you can't join. If somebody don't have any reason to know me yet, you're getting to know me. You're getting to know me as a person, as a creator. You're getting to know me little by little with everything I put out, with each video I put out, each something funny I say, with each live I do. Maybe you want to get to know each other. Write something about me. And you're going to exclude me. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just the person who wrote it or all the saw it or participated in it, but it create on YouTube. Theoretically, fighting for the same thing that I'm fighting for, which is to help an autistic child named Sebastian Rogers. I have helped many able children, autistic children in my life, including my own children as an profound autism parent.
Correction. You are not their mother. You are their stepmother, and it is a problem because you couldn't wait to correct the fact that Chris was not his father. You said no, you're his stepfather. Well, you're their stepmother.
I mean, if we're gonna play those games, we might as well use that term, right? Like,
yeah, well, she's not there. She said, "My children. Those are my children." No, they're not. Nope. Just like she said, that's not Chris's child. Okay, well, those are not your children. Those are your husband's children, and they have their own mother. You're not their mother.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah. Well, just wanted to go ahead and put that out there because I'm sure she'll be listening here soon.
Very different from a level 1 parent or a level 2 parent. My child will never be able to take care of himself for the rest of his life. Dead. We will have to worry about our planning for him and paying for things years after we're dead. No parent had to worry. And a 3-year-old out feels like. But even before I was which I've been for 15 years.
Here we go with the fucking tears again. This is every fucking stream. She does this. Every live.
If she's worried about her kid for the next 15 years, when she's dead, that they have to take care of her, why are you spending all your time on fucking YouTube? Like, shouldn't you be like out playing?
No, I'm just gonna keep it real. There's actually facilities that will care for adults who no longer have their parents here, and they will make sure that they have their medications. They usually have some sort of disability or state aid, something along those lines, insurance, things like that. There's facilities that will help, take care of them, or family members, I'm sure, of some sort. Again, you're not their mother. They have a mother. You are the stepmother. So since we're going down that route, why don't you let her worry about that?
I have an uncle who's got mental issues, and he is in an assisted living. He can come and go as he pleases, and yeah, it's all paid for by the government.
If she's that worried about it, her son is an adult, so she could go ahead and get the facility set up right now for him.
Yeah,
she could, start getting paperwork lined up, start getting medical things lined up. She could start getting information lined up, figuring out what's going to go on, how the process works.
Yeah, like why is it like?
Don't sit on YouTube and cry about something that's going to happen in 20 fucking years.
Yeah, like why not try to fix that issue now and while you're alive, or instead of spending all your time on YouTube worrying about all these other people and doing 16 lives a day. Like, to me, that's just crazy. It's like, fix your own house before you try to fix other people's houses. And now you want to be part of the green team, and the only reason why you want to is because you want attention. You used your children for attention, and now you want to get more attention because, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of issue.
Well, her children didn't bring her the attention she was looking for, in my opinion.
And now she was looking for another avenue to get attention.
Yep. Not only that, though, but you see, hold on. Snowflake's Nightmare says she has Munchausen by proxy. That's taken on the diagnosis of your child as your own. I don't know about that. That's pretty harsh, but I'm not saying harsh, but that's a diagnosis. I just don't know nothing about to be diagnosing anybody with that, unless you know for sure she said she has that. I've never heard her say that.
Yeah.
We're not medical professionals, so we can't be saying stuff like that.
She does seem like someone who could, very well be diagnosed with that, possibly. She's got characteristics of that, so it seems, anyways.
I used to think that this one was the correlating missing link between Betty and Molly, but I'm beginning to think that it's Smiley and Betty now. I think that Smiley plus Betty equals Julie.
Somebody's got static or air or something. Somebody outside.
My furnace just kicked on.
I was just blowing on my macaroni and cheese. It might have been me. Sorry.
Oh, that's probably, yeah. I was gonna say, I'll go ahead and I'll mute you when you're not chatting or whatever.
I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
Shocker. Cheesy Weezy eating mac and cheese. Fucking shocker.
Sorry
I
about
could just
that.
hear wind like outside. It sounded like we were out. You know, like we were just walking with you outside. That's all, baby.
I normally mute when I'm not talking. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
I sometimes wonder if like you don't like why haven't you bought like the cheese wheel for fucking Italy because you eat cheese so much like all the time.
It's actually really fucking bomb.
Everything is better with cheese.
That's right.
Including this panel, right? No, just kidding.
To now 20-year-old young. I was a mother, what they call an Abbott school district, right? Which means that 80% of my students qualify for free or reduced lunch. I didn't take a cushy job in the suburbs. I had a self-contained 8th grade special education behavioral needs class. When I became an autism parent, I learned of a profoundly autistic child who I'd never worked with. I learned everything I could. We got training, Al and I. We lived an extraordinarily isolated life. Before there was, but it was like your personal friends, and they didn't want you to talk about the difficult things about being a profound autism parent. And I could tell by their silence when talk about.
Well, no, why would they want to fucking hear you sit and cry every fucking time you talk about it? That would be exhausting to be your friend. I would get irritated with it. I would say, gee, if you cry every fucking time you talk about it, maybe you need to, separate from their dad and, go take care of yourself and do what you need to do for your own needs or whatever, because obviously you're not emotionally equipped to deal with this every day. This is your choice. You didn't bear them children. That's your choice to be there. It's your choice to deal with that every day.
Could I just point out the fact that this is the stresses that this woman is pointing out, and maybe they could be the same exact stresses that Katie was under.
We're similar. Similar.
Absolutely. They could be very similar to the same, different.
Well, no, why would she ever apply that to that? Why would she do that? It's easier to make fun of
No.
Katie and Chris than it is to have an understanding, even though you go through similar things that they might have went through as well. Yeah. Well,
really tough times.
It's easier to get attention and grift too when you're crying every day. We learned that from Griffney Brittany.
Yeah.
Which is like every day.
Yeah, every day.
I'm sorry, I'm crying tonight.
Every day I'll be hustling.
I was 20 years old when Al and I get a babysitter to go out to dinner together, which we cannot walk out the door at any moment, to do whatever we want like anybody else. I think I'll to the coffee shop. No, you won't, because your kid doesn't. And he's been your kid. Like normally, when you have a 20-year-old, you can leave the house, right? You could go out to paying a babysitter that costs more than the meal that you're going to eat. So what happened? And oh, by the way, and years ago, I read about this abuse of autism because I was so concerned and upset about the art reading online how these kids were being hurt all the time, losing their lives at the hands of their parents and caregivers. Because what? Because the parents and caregivers there was a lot of reasons. They weren't getting the help or the resources that they need. Like we weren't getting enough respite care. And for more respite care, they said no. 20 hours a month is the limit for everybody. No. So I changed the law. I'm going to change the law. And I, Julie, nobody else's help except my husband, New Jersey, having 20 hours a month for severely disabled kids. State. They now have 30 hours of respite care. And if they want to
all I know is her fucking internet cutting in and out is pissing me the fuck off. Is that me or is that her?
That got to be her because.
Oh my god, it's irritating the fuck right out of me. Oh my god.
It's like the internet. It's like like the internet company's like, fuck this. This is too much. We need.
Right, they're cutting the fuck out of her. They don't want to hear it either. Shit.
Buffering.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. It keeps buffering. Well, yeah. Fuck. Your internet don't want to hear your fucking shit either.
Mm-hmm.
on off. Well,
does it help because you hold your head and neck in that position?
Solidified to me the feeling that I like, oh, all these creators talking about Sebastian, and it's gotten to the point into somebody's live subscriber. I pay my money just like everybody else. They don't even acknowledge me. They don't know me. Take a look. Next, join somebody's live. Another creator. I'll follow. Many of you, many of them. It is they literally have made a decision apparently about this. Because why? Because I wanted to do a petition.
It don't cost to subscribe.
Enforcing child abuse laws in of Tennessee. What I do, if Sheriff Craddock is putting pressure on an autism parent or his handler to the criticism of, I've never talked to them, talk to me, but they have sent me messages. Other creators called me to tell how to create a
bullshit, lady. Your fucking internet is shit. But yes, you did reach out to him. Yes, you fucking did. Several times.
Call me on the phone to take that down. You can't do that. I said, this is not about one kid. Sebastian, bring to justice his abusers, but it's also to ensure the next child who's abused, the next autistic child that's abused, because there will be many active that the law that CP their job. That's CP. Okay. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'll tell you. But I couldn't get through, and that's not a big deal. It's, timing was wrong, but it doesn't matter. The person who called me has been the nicest out of everybody. Frankly, they sent her to call me because she's been the nicest among everybody. If you don't respect me, activist for autistic everywhere, as a creator, talking to tons of autism parents every day for 2 years, reaching millions of people, reaching thousands more people than these creators have. 500,000 unique different viewers, not the same 20,000 each video. Unique viewers. That would mean 200,000 views, and several of them on.
She has no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't know who views her stuff. She has no fucking clue. All she knows is she got on TikTok and hashtagged the fucking word autism and profound autism and thought she knew something. But let me tell you something else. If you're walking the fuck around here so goddamn stressed out that you're crying every fucking time you talk every fucking day, no one is going to want to listen to that bullshit. And no, you don't seem like no advocate to me. I'll tell you that right now. Then again, I don't buy the fucking internet advocate bullshit either. So,
true.
Respect me as a creator for 2 years, as an autism. You don't respect me as an activist who got a law passed to help autistic. If you don't respect me as a special education teacher or an educator bringing autism awareness, you damn sure should respect me as an autism.
But you don't respect Katie.
The boys and
you don't respect Katie as an autistic mother. You don't respect shit that goes on with her being an autism mother. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. You'll say she murdered her kids. You want justice to be served when you don't even know. You're just assuming and then running with it. That's a problem, Julie. That's a big fucking problem, because if something happened to your son and he, let's just say for the sake of the argument, we put you and your husband in Chris and Katie's shoes, and all of a sudden you wake up tomorrow morning and your son's not in his bed. Heaven forbid that happened to you. Would you want somebody like yourself doing parodies on you and your husband and calling you guys murderers? I don't think you could fucking handle it. You can't handle somebody doing a live stream on you. fuck, I know you couldn't handle the shit that they've put Katie and Chris through. I know for a fact you're not emotionally stable enough for it.
Absolutely not.
She couldn't handle nonsense. One of the nicest ones out here doing a fucking live stream on her. She definitely is not going to be able to handle hate.
Okay, so one day she was having a fit about Jay. Jay just said that she looked like she had COVID or whatever and aged or whatever. And that's when she flipped out and said she was calling Nick. Right, texting him.
Yeah, she lost her shit over something so fucking ridiculous like that. Like I said, there's no way. There's no fucking way that she would be able to handle the bullshit Chris and Katie have went through if she was in that position. There's no way. That's a fact.
She's laying it on him at a time when she is, all people should understand how it feels. She has 2 stepsons that are...
Well, yeah, she wants people to feel sorry for her. She wants people to understand that they didn't live a normal life. You want people to understand your fucking life, but you won't take a goddamn second to understand what Katie and Chris went through. Nope. Because absolutely not. You get more attention going against them, making fun of them and talking shit about them and doing parodies on them. Right? But you want people to feel sorry for you and yours, but you want to sit there and talk shit and make fun of somebody and, fuck with them while they're at their lowest point in their life. Sorry, Julie, but that's a weak-ass bitch to me.
Well, yet again, I will cite rules for me. Rules for thee, none for me. That's her life. She will be sitting there and she'll want everyone else to follow her rules and everything, but she'll say, fuck it, I'm not going to follow your rules. Why the fuck would I follow your rules?
Right, but she wants respect. Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd think she'd have a little more grace for Chris.
That family.
You'd think she'd have a little more grace for Katie since they didn't even have an autism diagnosis until almost 15 years later. He wasn't diagnosed till a year ago or whatever. So 14 years? So they were dealing with all this stuff with him that they didn't understand.
Amber boys, I am years without a good night's sleep, which people will probably make fun of me, which is fine because it's true. You don't
Just
think
like you make fun of Chris and Katie.
Think I have the right to talk about this shit? Walk a day in my shoes. Let's go, Tony. Come to my house and take care of my son. 24 hours. None of them have walked in these shoes. None of them. Not as a mother. Not for this long.
And you and Katie haven't walked in her shoes either, obviously.
Who I now have guardianship over because he's been deemed incompetent by the state. It's this respect. You need to show me some respect.
No, you don't demand respect from anybody. That's where you fucked up.
There's signs about me. They don't talk about me. They also don't. And they know what they're doing, and I see it, and other people are noticing it too. Everybody's people are noticing. They're noticing.
They don't want shit to do with you. We noticed it a while back. You're emotionally unfucking stable, and they already have issues of their own. They're fucking criminals, most of them, in my opinion.
Michelle Lee, Leigh. She's on Facebook, that site, Sebastian Rogers Miss. She's on TikTok. She's got like 18,000. She's 3,000 likes on her videos.
So?
Numbers. Because
TikTok works a lot different than YouTube.
Blocked as many people as I'm allowed to follow me to keep judgment, harassment, and bullying so that autism parents can feel free to say the things that they need to say about their lives.
Oh, bully Katie and Chris, you mean? Right? You want to make sure your comment section is clear for that, right?
Video. She hasn't done this about Sebastian Rogers. She doesn't use her platform like I use my platform that I built over 2 years. What? By being me and being honest about my life.
And doing parodies on the mother of and father, stepfather of a missing child, right? Just don't leave that out.
What is it? 9 videos with over 1 million viewers. That's how TikTok does it. They count unique viewers. They tell you this is a repeat viewer. This is a unique viewer. Never seen a video of viewers before, or didn't watch this video. You know? No,
no one really gives a fuck about that. In my opinion.
I feel like Justin Timberlake's song "Cry Me the River" should be played in the background. Cry me a river.
Hey Sherry, what's up, love?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm sorry, bitch, but I have 2 autistic adult daughters. I've been through hell and back, and I don't advertise this. So I'm sorry. They were diagnosed when they were 3 and 4 years old. Oh my God, this woman just aggravates the fuck out of me. I'm sorry for swearing. But this woman, oh my God.
She irritates the shit right out of me too.
I'm sorry. I cried.
Don't be sorry.
I cried in silence. I had to go to work. I had to sit by the bedside so they would go to bed. I worked at daycare. They had to go to daycare with me. They had in-home therapy for 3 years in my own home. So they would get the proper care so they could talk.
Right.
And do this other crap. And they are 25 and 23 years old now. And oh my God, I just can't with this woman. I just can't. I mean, I don't want no one to feel sorry for me like like this woman does. I don't know what she's doing here, but this woman, I just can't. Everyone has problems. Everyone has to deal with this crap. I'm dealing with this crap every day, but that's just part of our life. This is what God gave us. This is what God gave me. I mean,
see, the thing of it is, though, she's upset and angry at Tony because they don't want her on the green team. She's not really upset about being an autistic mother. That's not the problem here. She's upset because Tony and them don't want her on the fucking green team.
Oh, boo-hoo. Get over it.
That's her major issue, yeah.
Well, why the hell does she want to be on that fucking green team? Sorry for swearing anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How can she sit up here and cry about being the mother, of an autistic child when Katie went through all the same shit and she has no problem dogging her the fuck out and dragging her through the mud like shit?
Well, rules for thee, none for me. She wants
those rules. Those rules don't apply over here. You're getting your ass fucking chewed and handed right back to you.
I mean, she wants people to have all the sympathy in the world, to give her special treatment, to hail her as a hero. But Katie, who is a mother of a autistic child and all that stuff, is now treated as absolute dog shit. Even though she was the one that took primary care of Sebastian, who was the one that actually had to go into the military to pay for him, be a single mother for a little bit so that she can give Sebastian a better life. And she shit on every single day, being told that she was the worst mother in the world. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Meanwhile, Seth, who basically at one point didn't even see his son for a year, for a little bit, because he had to kind of solve his own issues, is hailed as a hero and the greatest person around. Well, you know what I mean? I think that's not how it goes. And I think she's just I think there's not a lot of people that are actually thinking clearly and say to themselves, if Katie was treating her son so badly, where's the proof? There is no CPS report about her doing anything. There's nothing about her doing anything to her son. Mostly we see her trying to help her son as much as possible. But, it is what it is, But
no, there isn't any proof at all, Tim. None at all.
And I find it very interesting that Mr. Laura Lounge kind of jumped over the facts of what Mr. Seth Rogers has done to Sebastian, but yet highlights the one event that Mr. Chris Proudfoot stated, a disciplinary thing, a belting that occurred. And to my opinion, it's well, if you're going to judge that as abuse, then what Seth did to Sebastian is abuse. I'm sorry. If we're going to go with that round, then yes, you can both. If you're going to say they're both abuses, they both abused. So why are they not treated equally? Why are not the both of them being looked at as both abuse? But yet the supposed abuser, Mr. Seth Rogers, who, you know, the alleged abuser, Mr. Seth Rogers, is highlighted as the best parent ever, doing almost the exact same thing. And his, you know, and he clearly bullshit about the whole thing, in my opinion, of falling, you know, slipping on a Lego or a Hot Wheel, and then he puts his hand to stop his son from landing on the doorknob or whatnot. Like, that's clearly a BS statement.
Yes, yes,
I mean,
I
come on.
agree.
I mean,
agree.
that's just my opinion. That is like, oh yeah, she fell down the stairs when the woman comes in with a black eye. You know what I mean? Like, and no one wants to, like, but you know, no one wants to. This woman wants to sit here, shit on Katie, who's done basically everything she can to get Sebastian a good life, and is absolutely shit on for it. Why? Because it's popular. Because it gets, because people who have no real understanding of a criminal case are coming around acting like they know what the fuck they're talking about. You got Laura Lounge sitting there, and Laura Lounge, gotta give credit where credit due. Dude, he does a good little documentary, little semi-documentary, though he has some plagiarism issues early on in his early career, but we'll go through that earlier. The fact is that he is not an expert in cases. You are not a true crime. You are not like Grizzly. You are not like fucking Gray Hughes. You are not like Duty Ron. You don't. Just because you grab a few articles and put them together with some videos, you don't understand a fucking criminal case. I am sorry. Your opinion means jack and shit. Just like this lady's here. Your opinion on a case means jack and shit. When you have a guy like, if let's say, you know, Mr. Let's say the SF Investigates comes around. His opinion is more valuable than yours by 1,000 degrees, because he's investigated many missing persons cases and many very, very serious cases. The opinions of Duty Ron is higher than yours because he was a former police officer of many years. I think, 20 years or something? That guy's opinion supersedes yours. It's just how it is. You are just an idiot. That you're just a guy that just creates and puts together clips and videos. This lady's an idiot that just basically got really lucky in the TikTok algorithm and mostly sad fishes and cries on a live stream. And then woe is me because I have a tough life. Well, welcome to reality. We all have tough lives, okay? I guarantee you everyone has a cross to bear. You're not the only one that has to take care of an autistic child. You're not the only one that might have to take care of an autistic child and maybe even have a single parent and have to work a 12-hour shift. There's plenty of people who have problems and they don't go on live streams and hope that someone gives them sympathy donos and sympathy and stuff like that. Do you know what they do? They pull up their fucking bootstraps and do their fucking job. And they walk around and do what they gotta do. This woe is me crying, Tony should let me in because I kissed his ass enough. No. How about you actually do actual research on a case? How about you actually stop this crying, woe is me, and be a motherfucking example to your child and actually say, hey, when life gives you lemons, make fucking lemonade instead of crying on the internet for other people to fucking help you out. No, how about you help yourself out and stop being a fucking loser and standing here crying like a little baby? How about that, you dumb moron? I swear to God.
Amen.
I'm tired of these people.
All right, here we go.
So is she? Someone put on the thing. Thank you. I'm going to have to make this short. Probably go off 2 times before I get my point across. Is she? You said she's on Seth's team. What is that Seth's team, Miss Shirley? Is she like literally on his team? Like, do we know that? Because I want to know who the hell she is and who the hell she thinks she is. And then tell her to come to my house and step in my shoes for a day and then show me a little respect.
Respect's earned, motherfucker.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I'm showing you the same respect you show Chris and Katie.
More hours. I'll stay here.
Don't be inviting folks to your fucking house because when they show up, it's going to be a fucking problem. Right? Don't do that.
Put one in if you can hear me.
You'll find out real fast. Don't do that.
Drink pina coladas. Well, Michelle Lee and whoever else she's working comes and takes care of a profoundly autistic, not child, sorry, adult.
Michelle Lee's a dumbass.
Doing 5 o'clock in the morning.
Michelle Walks is who
breakfast,
she's talking about, I think. Michelle Walks is
getting his clothes out,
creator.
on with the socks, making sure he's got food, 20 forms for school each day.
I'm so glad her internet keeps cutting out. Honestly, 'cause who wants to hear this shit?
On the ground, screaming and kicking outside. Work all day. He hates transitions. First time, getting off the bus, meltdown, comes in the house, breaks something, cut his nail, shower him, the bathroom. Now you have to help him wipe.
Yeah, her fucking internet sucks. It's choppy as fuck.
It's because God is smiting her internet, so this bullshit doesn't spread too much, but it's not powerful enough.
Right. I'm thinking that,
but like,
yeah,
why would you?
Go ahead.
I was about to say, why would you say this is shit online? Like, I have to do this for my son, this, like maybe you
I don't know, but if it's such a goddamn burden and inconvenience, he's not her fucking son. She's welcome to leave that fucking marriage at any given time and walk the fuck out. Go be with somebody who doesn't have autistic children that you have to get on their fucking YouTube and bitch about every goddamn day.
I was gonna say, God forbid if she should give that kid some dignity. I mean,
yeah,
you
no,
know.
we can't do that. No.
Sit out here and talk about wiping his ass and shit. I mean, come on.
Oh, he's just as fucking gnarly as Seth is when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, I'd be damned if I'd be putting my autistic daughters on camera here. Hell no.
Oh wait, you know what? Wouldn't you only wait till they throw a fit and embarrass the shit out of them with it and do it then?
Yeah, right. You know, like she did.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she does. You know, she's such a great fucking mom. She waits for her child to have a goddamn, whatever you want to call it, outburst, whatever.
Meltdown.
And she fucking, whatever she calls it. I don't even know what she fucking calls it, but whatever it is she fucking refers to it as, she records it and puts it on YouTube for everybody to see. She's such a fucking profound advocate.
Yeah.
Holy dead air, Batman.
Yeah, she's muted herself, or she's muted it. I don't know what she did.
Holy fuckaroos, man.
Thank God.
She had an 8-minute live stream last night or whatever, and she muted herself the whole time. She said they're talking away.
Yeah, I heard.
Best content she produced.
Right.
She's a fucking moron.
She's like, why they don't want me on the green team? Because they can't hear you. How's that? What the fuck? That's a cut stat. What the hell happened?
I'm trying to work on my Wi-Fi. Now what's the problem? I'm trying to work out. I never ever had this issue on TikTok. I don't know why it's doing this.
Why is she in the dark?
I never had this issue.
Good.
I never had this issue on TikTok. I don't know what the problem is with YouTube. I really don't. Never did I have this problem. Okay. So on that Facebook group, find Sebastian.
It's a sign. Right? Go back to TikTok.
And the thing is, it's not Michelle. They all know that they're doing this. They don't acknowledge me if I go in their chats.
She can't. They booted her ass.
I mean, this is a rare time I kind of agree with that group. This is probably the best decision they've made in their lives, actually.
She's not going to last real long. Sorry, V-Tim. I didn't mean to talk over you.
Oh, you go.
We're all looking like this right here. Good God. What is she doing?
Oh, that's it. Oh, that face.
On purpose.
Right, jump
on purpose.
scare.
Not everybody I'm going to read. Silver's on the scene.
Oh, fuck. Please don't read.
And, well, he's been the steady one, being nice and supportive of me. Someone was being, good to me. And then as soon as I did that petition.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with your fuck shit.
There were better strategists around. And I think Nick the Hat knows this. They would know that if you have somebody who's not affiliated with you, who's putting pressure on law enforcement to do the right thing, you don't take your foot off that pedal. You guys can talk to law enforcement, and I'll stay here keeping the pressure up because that's what brought him to you to begin with. And that's the only thing that will keep him there. You understand?
No, because that's not how it went down. You did not put pressure on Craddock for him to go to him. No, that's not how that worked. I'm glad you think so highly of yourself, though.
You're a strategist. Cops know this. The law enforcement knows this. That's why they have good cop, bad cop, right? That's how they do it with the criminals. I'm your friend. I'm not your friend, right? You guys be friends. Let me not be the friend. He can hate me all he wants. But I'm keeping that pressure up. I'm writing to the newspapers. I'm talking to the DA. And I'm making sure he's doing his job. And you, Tony, can thank me later. And the hundreds of people who put their signatures on that paper. And all my followers on TikTok. And the 500,000 unique viewers who saw videos of Sebastian Rogers since I started making them last spring. You're going to show me respect. They're going to show me respect, at least as an autism parent. You're saying, I'm not on this. So she made this stupid list. She says, who's on a new list of creators for, the green team, big news media? She lists them. Michelle Lee lists them, who they are. Who is Michelle? Does she work for Seth or Tony? I mean, who is she? I don't even know who she is. She says, At Night Media, Nick the Hat, Dog Bounty Hunter, Seth, Sebastian Sad, Bullhorn Betty, Pascal, Mysteries, Crimecast, Josh the Lab, Allegedly with Brittany, Clutch Them Pearls Justin, Deception Detective, Dolly Vision, Jennifer Coffin-Daffer, Don B, Silver's on the Scene, Terry Lynn, Smiley, The Mob Crew, Captain K9, Captain Jules, Evil, CJ Media, Peter Hyatt, Pat Brown, Justin The Nick of Time, Primetime Buzz, War Lodge, Hindsight, The Vault XL, 5D, War Damn Eagle, Grammy's Crime Busters, Vinnie Politan, Caitlin Quinsbury from WKRN News. Somebody asked them. She said, you can tell me people to add if I miss somebody. Someone said, Julie Skolnick. She's been helping. Michelle writes back.
Did she refer to herself as a
I'm going to have to say.
Yes, and she added her name to the fucking list. She's pissed that her name wasn't on the list.
She's like, who's not on the list? How about Julie Skolnick? That person's great. Are you speaking in the third person? Yes, Julie Skolnick is the greatest person ever. Jesus Christ. That's when you know someone's batshit crazy, when they start referring to themselves in the third person. If you ever get into that situation, walk out of the fucking room as quickly as possible. Just saying. Betty does it. Every crazy person I've ever met in my entire life refers to themselves as in the third person. That is a sign to get the fuck out. Run. Just
it's a sign of detachment. Drop eye contact. Back away slowly. Don't make eye contact. Shrink up and back away slowly.
Well, Cheesy Weezy agrees with you too.
Oh fuck! Well, I gotta go. Cheesy! Oh my god! So we'll continue on with this. Fuck! Oh my god, that's a perfect screenshot, by the way. Holy fuckaroos! That is a thumbnail if I ever seen one. Look at that freeze frame. Holy shit. That kind of sums up this woman's entire life. Yeah. You can hit the play. I'll keep quiet, Queen.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at something.
You're looking at, Julie's.
No, I'm looking at my daughter's desk that she just fucking put a hole through, so I'm not very happy, but yeah.
Jeez Louise. Well, you know what is punishment? You know what you should do?
Yeah, she
Make it-
tried to screw in the screw to hang her headphones or whatever where it was supposed to go and just screwed it right on through the fucking desk. I'm like, dude, what? Why? Why not wait for me?
Oh,
Why?
no.
You know
Just
what?
wait for me.
You know what's punishment? You should make her watch a Julie Skeldrick video. That would be her punishment.
No, my kids don't fuck around on YouTube. They don't know shit about this, and I would
Sure.
never fucking torture my child with this fuck ass weird ass lady.
No.
That's
Yeah, no.
too much. That's too much. I'm sorry.
It is because my kids don't get involved with YouTube, so that's a line we don't cross.
Yeah, I know. That's too much for
I'm gonna have
punishment.
to say no, sadly. No to me. All those people, they're all on Team Green. I'm not on it. The parent of twin autistic young men who's been doing autism advocacy for years, a mother, not getting sleep, wiping an adult's rear end every day. I don't make your fucking list. How disrespectful. How disrespectful. How about this? You don't make my list. You don't come close to me. You haven't accomplished a fraction of what I've done. You couldn't walk in my shoes. You couldn't handle my life. Any of you, anybody on this list wouldn't be able to handle all that it takes to be a profound autism parent and work and accomplish everything that I have. They're not on my level. None of them have gotten as much attention worldwide. Worldwide. Do you know how many viewers I have overseas? I have some on YouTube. There's some from Australia. There's some from Ireland. There's some from England. I have people everywhere writing to me. And I'm talking to about Sebastian. I'm going to have to say no, sadly, because of her issue with law enforcement. Even though I have my own opinions, the way she's going after law enforcement a lot right now, I cannot accept her in here. She can't accept me in here. I'm not part of the Team Green. I'm not part of it. And believe me, Tony knows this list. He approved it. Why would this woman, Michelle Lee, give a shit about petition or what I'm doing for autistic kids if she wasn't being elected to do it? Bullhorn Betty, maybe? I don't know. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Right? You say I don't have the right? You're not on my team. How about that? You're not on my team. I got my own team. It's called Team Justice. Team Help Autistic Children, plural. Team Autism Parents in the state of Tennessee.
It's called
In
Team
Sumner-
Emotionally Unstable. Team Emotionally Unstable Julie. That's what your team is.
County. More than one.
Holy fuck, dude.
All the kids who are being abused at this moment, who are autistic, living in Sumner County, who need a voice. All the other kids, some of my followers on TikTok who live in Hendersonville. Who do you think sent me the pictures of the camera? An autism parent who lives in the same neighborhood as the Proudfoots, who has an...
Oh, would that be Bobbie?
Right.
Would that be Bobbie?
Yeah, that's Bobbie. That's fucking Bobbie, in my opinion.
I was going to say, she seems to be the only one sending shit out.
Bobbie the fucking whack job.
Activate the unstable. Unstableness activated.
That's a good face for her right there.
I was going to say, that's a good stuff. That's a good stopping point for her.
That feels like the last frame of a horror movie when you're about to be killed by the killer. Like, really?
An autistic child.
She's proud of herself, too, here.
I'm not saying she's a... Listen to this compliment I get. Listen to this compliment she gives me. I'm not saying she's a terrible person. What does that mean? I'm not saying she's a terrible person? Who said I was a terrible person? Why would you even mention? I'm not saying she's a terrible... Am I supposed to take that as a compliment? I'm not a terrible person? Gee, thanks. Gee, thanks. Walk in my shoes today, Michelle. Walk in my shoes one day.
Michelle Lee is Betty's mod.
Call me not a terrible person. I'm not a terrible person. She just attacks law enforcement too much right now, and Seth has renewed faith in law enforcement. So that just is that, I guess. That's just that. I guess that's what she means.
Oh, Julie.
That's wonderful. And I pray to God that they do everything that they say they're going to do. And I thank God that they're finally showing him some decency and communication and communicating with him. But it should not be contingent on me helping everybody.
What? What are you even talking
including
about?
Sebastian, including Seth. As I have.
What the fuck is she even talking about?
Well, the green team don't care about helping everybody. They only care about helping themselves pad their pockets and tell everybody that Katie is bad. Did everybody go silent? I'm here. Oh, okay. I heard
Yeah.
some feedback or something playing in the background. That's what I was wondering.
I'm muted.
I just hear Queen Bee's music. Yeah, I hear the music, but I hear also voices in the background too. Not voices as in Ange voices, but like something's playing in the background or something.
Oh, maybe my husband's TV.
Oh, maybe that's what I hear. Okay.
Maybe I can mute myself if I'm not talking. Maybe I'm just gonna jump down. I think I said all I had to say. This woman just made me so mad. I had to jump up here and said what I had to say.
Yeah, she'll definitely drive you to drink. She's crazy.
I'm just like I have two, and I said what all I had to say. I love you guys, and
Thank you.
Well, you know what I mean when I say I love you. I'm a 56-year-old woman. I'm married for 25 years. I raised my kids when they were, born, and that's that. I mean, I had them in in-home therapy, and I worked my ass off with them, and they went to public schools, and they, I mean, my youngest, who's 23, she graduated with honors.
Nice.
And my younger, I mean, my older one, she has, she was in special classes all her life, and I'm just saying that this woman thinks that she had it bad. She doesn't have it bad as some people. Some people had it worse than I did. So, and I don't publicize my home life with my autistic children, but this woman just made me mad this morning. It's like,
Right.
oh my God.
Some people think that they need to have a badge of honor because they have an autistic kid. And it's like, you know what? You guys were chosen for those children for a reason.
Yes.
I truly believe that.
Yeah, and God put them God gave them to me for a reason. And
right.
I'm just
right.
like, oh my God. I'm like, I had to come up here and say what I had to say, because this woman just like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand her. I'm like,
And I'm not taking anything away from parents of autistic children by saying she thinks she deserves a badge of honor. I mean, y'all deserve, kudos for everything that you've had to deal with, and taking care of them properly and teaching them what they need to be taught. I mean, it's wonderful. I don't want to take anything away from a parent of an autistic child. Don't get me wrong, please.
No, honey, I know. But her, I'm talking about her.
Right.
She's taking this out of context, and she thinks it's all about her.
Right.
I mean, I had two,
I don't understand why I had to, but I had to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went through hell and back, but I did it. I mean, you know, I just don't advertise it. I cried in silence. I didn't cry on air here about it, and
Right.
you know, and I didn't mean to come up here and do that, but I had to say what I had to say because this woman, oh my God, just drove me nuts.
No, it's nice to hear from a parent of autistic children because, you know, I don't have autistic children, so you know, it's nice to hear somebody else's feedback on it. Somebody that goes through it, you know.
Yes, and I mean, there are nights where I had to work. I had to sit in their room in between them because they would cry because they didn't want to go to bed. And my husband also had to work, but I had to work. But you know, he had to work earlier than I did, and I would cry in the room with them. I'm like, will you please go to bed? Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I don't want to advertise that, but I'm just saying that's what I had to go through. So this woman doesn't understand. They're her stepchildren or whatever. I don't know her thing, but you know, other people had it worse, have their children worse off than mine did. But you know, everyone has the different symptoms of their autistic children. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but
no, it makes sense. There's always somebody worse off than you. You know, you try to remember that, and yeah. But she thinks she's the only one. She thinks she's the only one suffering. She thinks she's the only one, you know, that's had to go through it. Yeah.
And then she's blaming Katie and Chris. That's what baffles me right there. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Why? No one. Everyone is a suspect still. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get off this panel here. I'm on my phone because I can't do it off my computer for some reason.
Well, down at the bottom, if you touch your screen.
Yeah, it should say leave studio. Do you see that?
It should say leave. There's an X.
Okay. All right. I love you guys. Bye. Bye.
You take care. Nice chatting with you.
Okay, you too.
Thank you for your input, Miss Sherry.
Thank you, Queen Bee. I love you guys. It says you're in the show.
You are in the show, yep.
Okay, how do I get out?
Just you hit the red X on the bottom right-hand side. There should be a red X. You hit that, it'll take you out, or I can take you out.
Oh, yeah, it's not showing me taking out. Yeah, yeah, honey, take me out.
Tap your screen. It's right with your mic, but just so you know for another time, but I'll take you out. Here we go. All righty, here we go.
Have been since I started reporting on it. If he doesn't feel helped by me, that's fine. I'm not doing it for you then. I'll do it for every other autistic child in Sumner County, okay? You cannot order me not to help people. When I see a law enforcement officer ignoring a missing autistic child for 10 months, it bothers me. Because it could be the next kid he does it to, and the next kid after that. He just got reelected, or just got elected. He's going to be there for a while. The woman replies, I've missed quite a bit lately, so I completely understand. Okay. I can see that completely this other person chimes in, especially with Seth's renewed faith in and Tony's. Tony says it like it is. So that's a huge positive for me. And I will not forget the glimmer of hope Seth showed in his eyes the day of Sebastian's birthday. I agree. I would never try to take away that shine. I would never do that. And I haven't done that. If people around you were looking into who I was and my history and the things that I have accomplished and the resume that I bring to this and my ability to tell the story of autistic children with some authority, unlike Tony, who says she's an autistic teacher, meaning that teacher who was going to sue her, she wasn't autistic. She was a teacher of autistic children. There's a difference. Learn the terminology. It's important to autistic people that you refer to them properly, or you don't refer to somebody who's not autistic as autistic.
Oh my God,
I'm not saying what she's doing is wrong. That is her beliefs. But I do know she is like loudly attacking SSO. You don't think they deserve it? You don't think they've done a great job? You're so sure that they're not going to stop at any point when the pressure comes off. You're so sure that they're not messing around with an autism parent who has a missing child, their vulnerabilities. Do you know how many people there are, snake oil salesmen, who prey on autism parents and their vulnerabilities because all we want is help? I'm not talking about when they're missing a child. I'm talking about when you have an autistic child. Let me show you. Let me.
Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes don't. Dum, 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 dum.
Maybe she wants to get in on the free lawsuit. Maybe
It's
that's why she's
free!
upset.
Yeah, like I want to sue. So I want to do a bullshit injunction on someone too, because I'm a victim. I'm a victim too. Can I be part of the Victim Olympics? Yay!
Yeah.
Or a victim, I'm a victim, he's a victim, she's a victim.
We're
Everyone's
all
a victim.
victims. And then she has to like literally embarrass her own stepchildren on a fucking live stream. Like maybe your stepchild doesn't want the internet to know about what you do for them. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's something called privacy. Like how would
Right.
yeah, I mean, are you going to tell us how you wipe your ass, lady? Because you know you're willing to tell about your own stepson how you wipe his ass. So why don't you just tell us the nitty gritty about how you wipe your ass on a live stream? What type of fucking toilet paper do you use to wipe your ass? Because there's some things you shouldn't really be saying about other people's fucking business. It's called privacy, but you're an attention whore, clout chasing garbage human being that will do anything for fucking fame, including destroying the privacy of your stepchildren and then pretending to be a motherfucking victim when you are actually the victimizer, when you attack people online and act like a complete garbage human being towards them with no proof. And then you blow up because they're like, well, this lady's a little bit too batshit crazy for us. I mean, Betty was stretching it, but this lady is absolutely, completely batshit crazy. So we can't really have her. And mostly this lady cries and says, woe is me. And now what did you do as your defense? Cry, woe is me. Well, lady, buckle up. Because it's going to be a long fucking ride if you think this is how you think you're going to gain fame on the internet. Because this is the first of many reviews you're going to get from a lot of motherfuckers because you're a dumbass motherfucker. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say.
And out of all the people on that list, and if you're too batshit crazy to be on their team, you better reevaluate yourself.
Yes, it is, Veritas. It is gross when you talk about other people wiping their asses. I'm repeating what she stated. She stated on a live stream discussing about her stepchildren, how she had to wipe their ass. And I'm stating, well, if you want to be all about telling about other people's businesses, why don't you tell about your personal business? I'm repeating what she says. And if it's gross, well, go to the source. The gross lady that wants to reveal every nitty gritty about her stepchildren, which she they did not consent to at all.
That's right, lazy wolf. They're just not that into you.
Yeah, I think they're not into you. You're a garbage human being. You're terrible. And the fact is this lady is, standing here crying about the fact that they don't invite her over. Well, ma'am, sucks to suck. I don't know. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, you're victimizing your own children by destroying their privacy on here, your stepchildren, who you claim that step parents aren't really parents because you're a dumbass. But, if we're going to follow that train of thought, then you are not the parents of those stepchildren. And that's the truth.
I heard she even sent that screenshot of Stephen Crabtree to his local news.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is the problem. Like, lady, you are a weirdo.
How is that helping out autistic children?
Well, I mean, do you know what? She's not even helping out her own children.
Right.
Like, when you do shit like this and go online and fucking put their shit out there like that, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. Those people don't have the ability to consent to that type of shit. If they're so bad that they have to, like, they need your help for personal hygiene, Maybe they don't have the ability to understand about the online footprint that you are creating for these children, or these grown adults, I should say. Maybe that's the problem. And you are literally turning your stepchildren into content because you want to, because you want accolades. You feel as though because you've done all these things, people should just clap for you and say how great you are. Well, lady, sorry, but that's just fucking life. Sometimes we just get those types of situations that we have to deal with. And that's the real reason why you've jumped on this platform of TikTok, YouTube, is because you've done some fucking tough things, but now you want applause. And you want to say, and you want to hide behind the thing like, I want to help all the children. No, what you want is you want to be people applauding you and acting like, and giving you super chats and money for what you took, the responsibilities that you took. And then you're willing to actually throw your stepchildren into the arena of the public display for that when they have no ability to consent or even understand about what you are doing. They don't understand that everything you're putting on about them online is going to be there for life, for their entire life. It's on there. It's done. And if 500,000 people, unique viewers, have seen these things, did they have, like, if they're not able to actually consent, if they're not able to do personal hygiene, can they consent to be online? The answer is no. The answer is no. So you purposely put people who cannot consent and understand what the hell they're going through, like what's going on a public arena, and then you put all their intimate details out there. And instead of actually sitting there and saying to yourself, I'm going to be dead, but they still need taken care of, you're going to spend all your time online and not making those preparations. Crazy to me.
Hell, B. Tim, she filmed what would be considered a vulnerable adult. Mm-hmm. She filmed a vulnerable adult's meltdown, called it an autism fit, and put it out here for monetary gain. That's the definition of exploitation, and that's her own child. That's her own stepson.
I thought they were her children. No, they aren't. These are her stepchildren. Like, it's nasty. It's absolutely nasty. So, like, either way, she's exploiting her children, like the stepchildren that she has, and she's exploiting them so that she can get accolades, claps, and also money. Ass pats and super chats, basically. I mean, okay. Did you share any of the money that you made on TikTok or YouTube with your disabled stepchildren? I'd like to know. Do they get a three-way split on this? Do they get money? The answer probably is not, because you'll probably say, well, I take care of them, I spend money. Well, are you working, ma'am, or is your husband working?
Why did she get kicked off of TikTok? Do we know?
I don't know. She played
acting like this.
Probably, man. She's batshit crazy. And the problem is people actually, I don't know what's with today, where people just don't say the truth, and they just they just let this idiot continue to act like an idiot online. But at a certain point, someone's got to have to tell her the whole cold reality of real life. That sometimes we're dealt a set of cards that aren't that great, and you just got to play it. Sometimes you got to bluff. Sometimes the bluff doesn't work, and you just got to play. And this lady is, acts like she's in this terrible, terrible situation, but at least she has a nice house. At least she has, the ability to afford what she's doing, and she acts like she's in the worst possible position in the world. Well, you're not. Guaranteed. If she's making money off of the platform and her husband doesn't know what she's doing, he has to wonder where any of the money is coming from. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. She's still on TikTok, 77,000 subs last checked. Yeah, but I find TikTok is not really, it's weird. You don't make any money, unless you donate. The ad revenue is worse than YouTube, and that's terrible. So,
well, according to the recliner woman, TikTok is her lucrative money. So I don't know what that means, but that's what so I'm hearing different than what you've stated. And that's about the fourth or fifth person that said that, no, TikTok can be very lucrative.
Yeah, but I thought it was donations and stuff like that, not the actual ad revenue.
Well, kind of like YouTube then.
Can you imagine if they do bad TikTok, all those crazies are going to come? I don't think they're going to ban you. There's too much money. Like the data and algorithm alone is worth tons of money. It's probably going to be sold. I wouldn't be surprised if like Facebook or Amazon buys it, to be honest with you. I don't think YouTube, like Google's going to buy it because it would be like a pure monopoly. And it would actually kind of compete with itself because they already have things for shorts. But Amazon doesn't really have a short platform, and Facebook is like dying. So I can imagine TikTok kind of coming in. That's like Facebook kind of buying it, but that's just my opinion. Hell, maybe a new company will come out in their arena and try to buy it just so they can get to the online arena. Her $5 book cannot be making much. Well, I'm sure she doesn't make a lot of money on that book. Probably the only 3 people bought it: herself, her husband, and a friend.
The comment section that she's reading from says, so they asked her why. They said Julie, and she goes, some other girl said yes. Michelle said she's a no, a big no. Sorry, and I listed why in the comments. Dawn said, okay, with the little emoji hands. Deborah, somebody says, oh my God, no. And Dawn says, why not? And she goes, she is full of misinformation. If you would disagree with her at all on anything said respectfully to her, or you ask a question, she gets angry, she deletes and blocks you. We will never agree with anyone on everything they say. You are not allowed to do any of that on her channel. She goes, wow, I haven't noticed that, but she is full of a lot of misinformation on autism and laws. She might be in over her head. She over the top sometimes, but she's informative. This is the same. I noticed a lot of that, and I love how she advocates for so many. I can understand Michelle's reasoning for the LE area. Seth has a renewed faith, and we love and trust. That's 100%. All right, and so Michelle says, no, I'm going to have to say no, sadly, because of her issues with LE. Even though I have my own opinions on the way she's going after LE a lot right now, I cannot accept her in here. I'm not saying she is a terrible person. She just attacks law enforcement way too much. And right now, Seth has a renewed faith in law enforcement, so that is that. And then another girl says, well, I've missed quite a bit lately, so I completely understand. And then it says, I can see that completely specifically with Seth's new renewed faith in Tony's. Tony says it's like it is. Tony says it is like it is. So that's a huge positive for me. And I will not forget the glimmer of hope Seth showed in his eyes the day Sebastian's birthday. She is very informative on a lot of things and a great advocate in many ways. If Seth says Ellie is doing everything we can to put our trust in, and just cuts off there because it's a screenshot, but she goes, I'm not saying what she's doing is wrong. That's her beliefs, but I do know that she is loudly attacking Sumner County Sheriff's Office, even though I've had my own opinions on them since Seth has renewed his faith in them. I'm trying to stay hopeful and positive. So basically, they don't want her on the green team because she's attacking the police department and going after Officer Craddock and the SAR team and, things like that. So
calling the governor.
Yep.
Let me tell you about this cure. Let me tell you about this bath. Let me tell you about this pill. Let me tell you, give me this oil. Let me give you special instructions. And let me tell you, take this online course that I made up. Let me be an advisor to you. Let me be your consultant and pay me or get in on some payment. You know how many people surround you? You know when the state gives you money for your child's education, how many people want to line up for that Medicaid payment, the doctors, to take that Medicaid payment that your child was authorized to get, and then take the money and don't do shit for your child. You know how many people rip off autism parents every day? Here's the cure. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do respite for 20 hours a month. Oh, I only showed up 10 hours a month. Can you just sign it anyway? Social workers supposed to come check on your kid once a month. You don't see them for 6 months, and they come in with documents. They want you to sign it because they're getting from the state for doing nothing $770 a month to keep track of Spencer, whether I like it or not. And they take Medicaid payments in the amount of $770 a month from the state of New Jersey and don't do their jobs with Spencer's name on it. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. Believe me, I've tried. When you're a vulnerable parent, when you have an autistic child, especially a child like Spencer, you know, we are very vulnerable. We get sucked in very easily because all we want is to help our kids. So people take advantage of us. Tell you they're going to give them therapy. It's just a bunch
No, it's the crazy shit you fucking say and do, but I can't deal with her anymore. I can't.
Thank you.
We got to keep it moving. Well, I mean, I guess you can get down anytime, baby. If you don't like it, I just couldn't take it. I can't just get down and leave. Amy, what's up, baby? What you doing?
I told you she was crazy.
You what, baby? I'm sorry. Say that again.
I told you she was crazy.
Yeah, you did. You sure did. You gave us the warning. You sure did.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Can you hear us okay? Okay.
Yes.
She said hi to you. I didn't know if you could hear her or not. What you up to? What you doing?
No, it's not. I just came to hang. Is it okay?
Okay.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey there, what's up?
I'm mad.
You're mad?
I'm asking you. I want to see your face.
No.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Nah. Actually, you're looking at my face. That's actually what I look like. I'm the bee.
No, you're not.
That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the dark truth. I'm sorry. That's out there.
People are crazy on here. Sometimes we have to keep our faces hidden.
But I'm not seeing what he really looks like.
No, sorry, Emmy. I'm sorry. It's one request I can't give you. Sorry. Keep the glasses on off like that. That's
We all want to know what he looks like, but sadly, him and Iron Man and Batman and DB Cooper have never been seen in the same room at the same time. So
you're still thinking I'm not DB Cooper, okay? Like I'm just putting that out there. It's definitely not me.
I know you're not, but in my mind, you maybe look a little DB Cooper-esque.
I know this morning I looked
You're
in the mirror.
You're far too young to be DB Cooper.
I know this morning since I looked in the mirror and since I lost some weight from being sick, I kind of look like a bulldog. So I get my face tightened up a little bit here.
Yeah, but like, do you have a bulldog?
A cheesy bulldog.
I don't.
Because sometimes they say like your dog kind of tries to look like you a little bit, or like the reverse. So maybe like I was thinking like maybe you have a bulldog.
No, I don't have a bulldog. I don't really look like a bulldog. It's just, yeah.
Nah, not gorgeous. Just normal. Just normal, Harla. Just normal looking person. I would blend into a crowd. Let's just say that much. PTM runs a phone boxes and comes out superior. Yeah, if there's no more phone. The only phone box that's left is actually in the Supreme Court in New York, but they took the phone out of it, and now they just throw storage into it. Basically, it's the only one you're going to find. I don't know if it's still there now. Actually, I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Have you guys heard of this channel called Period Point Blank?
Period Point Blank. No.
I haven't.
Is that the guy being sued or something by friends of that? Like
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I thought there was something called Point Blank or something like that. Let me see.
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but let's we're gonna put this on because it says courtesy of fair use featuring BHB and Tony Mathis. And it is from Period Point Blank. That's the channel name. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat too as well, so you guys can go sub up and check out their channel. They got quite a bit of stuff on there. One
And I'll say this too. I think that everybody.
This is a good throwback, and I thought you guys might be interested in watching it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a throwback. This is when Tony, when Betty first got on the green team. And this is Tony reminiscing that he knew a week prior to her having Seth up there on the panel for his interview that she sent. He goes, she sent us an itinerary. I was like, what? Listen, this is him in Delta, Shane. It looks like maybe Kayla Ray, I think it says in the upper corner. I'm not, I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't really see that writing because it's so small. But anyhow, this is a TikTok from a long time, like way back.
Looks at Bullhorn Betty as to how she got her nickname. I don't think she gets near enough credit for being a highly skilled interviewer.
Oh, absolutely. That was the best interview.
You know, you can't hide being a dummy.
Dum-dums?
And she clearly has a high IQ. I mean, she's articulated well.
I'm gonna drink my coffee. Up and down, baby. That's how you get the profit.
She understood how to get the story out of Seth and still respect him and show love for him.
That's the last time you are dating Blowhorn Betty, aren't you?
Go tattoo. Go tattoo mama. You're dating Bullhorn.
Did I call her Blowhorn?
That's Sean himself talking about Betty on Brittany J's panel.
Go tattoo mama. You're dating Bullhorn.
Did I call her Blowhorn?
You called her Blowhorn?
And how fucking dare anyone out there make fun of Brittany after all she's been through?
Wow, you were so rude, Josh.
Well, I think Bullhorn is a dumb name. It should be Blowhorn.
There she blows.
And honestly, I think she did as good of a job as even the mainstream media folks. Probably better.
If I was ever, when I was ever in an interview, I wish she was the one that would ask me because that's how good she is.
How about a nice big cup of shut the fuck up? Think before you open your stupid mouth.
We knew that interview was coming for about a week. And 4 or 5 days before that interview, she sent a full itinerary, bullet pointed out, with directions as to how to handle any drama.
There's literally no good reason for you to be here. And since you can't control your own self, I'll control you. I just shut your mouth. Because they're idiots. You think you know what you're talking about and you don't. Your research sucks. You know why nobody pays attention to you? You know why I didn't even hardly recognize your name? Because you're literally no one that makes no difference in this world. If your channel went away tomorrow, nobody would even notice. That's really sad. If my channels went away tomorrow, the whole world would flip upside down.
Yeah, look, there's platforms up here that know what they're doing, okay, and do it with respect, and they just handle themselves great.
Oh, Terry Bowersocks. Oh, you want to come around here? Oh, look at who it is. It's Terry Bowersocks. Look who just pulled up. The proof is in the pudding. We're in the public street. We're in the public street. Get out of my fucking face. Come on, kid. Hernandez, come out here and talk to us about your daughter. What'd you do with her? What did you do with your daughter? This is public property.
I know you have that First Amendment right, but you can't be considered.
Then fire him from the job. You buried his baby somewhere, and we want to know where she's at. Where's your baby?
We're going to follow you. We're going to wait here all day.
We know where you're at now. It doesn't really matter. I'm Bullhorn Betty.
Just you got to realize that what your job is. Your job is to take the arrows so your client doesn't have to.
Honestly, I thought that last image was going to be like Tony's, like I can be professional. And
I did agree the peen.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the fucking peen pick. I was like, oh shit.
Oh no.
Hell to the no. Now look, they
have
some good shit on their channel here. I mean, they got some other stuff too. I don't really, like I said, somebody sent me a link to their channel and I was like, what the fuck is this? So then I looked at it and I was like, oh, this might be old. This looks like they got some stuff on here from before. What the hell?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, here's one here and it says, let's see. Shocking showdown. Bullhorn Betty versus Camp No Comment.
Camp No Comment.
And this is after she oh my, this is, see, they have old shit. This is like this is from 3 months ago. That's what it says. So here I'm gonna drop the link again here to this. Can you guys see it? Oh no, I got the adult content. Here we go.
Oh, Jailhouse Betty. August 22nd. It's one of the
This aged well, didn't it?
comments I made that got me arrested while I was in Florida. I remember I opened my mouth and I got arrested for speaking. So let's make sure we understand exactly what I got arrested for. Okay. It wasn't for stalking people. It wasn't for harassing people. It wasn't for threatening people. It was for hashtags and me threatening to civilly sue the people. Obviously not a physical threat of life. So there's going to be some major problems with that. Because at the end of the day, I know what happened. You all know what happened because you guys watched it in real time. We know where my commentary is. We know I've never crossed the line with my commentary. We know I've never threatened these people. We know I've never threatened them with any.
You lying little fuck you. She's my high class white trash, baby.
Lies. So it's like, everything is obvious. I mean, you can just go to my channel and watch through it. And what do you get? You get me losing after being stalked. I say some rough around the edges things. So what? I'm allowed to. You know that the Constitution, the First Amendment, actually allows me to be repugnant. It's still protected, whether you like it or not. It is still protected speech.
The proof is in the pudding. What's those comments say up there, though? Hold on. It says, by them try to get this order of protection, they are showing their guilt. Let's go back and read that again. They are showing, hold on. By them trying to get this order of protection, they are showing their guilt of killing Sebastian and doing something with his body. And who said that? Sandra Piner. So Sandra Piner, those are the kind of comments that they're showing. I'm guessing they're going too fast for me to read them all, but you get the drift.
And the fat cows that deserve to be called fat cows. They're
as if you wasn't 300 pounds yourself. So stop.
They're a little butt hurt Betty. Okay, they're a little butt hurt Betty. They didn't get their way, nor are they going to. These are felon people that do criminal acts. They perpetrate criminal acts, and then they act like, oh, I didn't do it, right?
Says the criminal out on bond right now, screaming that she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. Right? Ain't that how that works, Betty? You are a fucking criminal right now. A criminal out on a $20,000 bond, still screaming that you didn't do it. You didn't do it. This did not fucking age well at all.
No, I mean, to be fair, isn't everyone in jail screaming that I didn't do it? This is wrong.
Plus, I mean, people that did and know they did don't say that.
Well,
you just said plead the fifth and don't talk about it.
That's true. That's true. Also.
You know what I mean? That's
I mean,
just not to be talked about.
Don't you know that everyone in jail is innocent?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of everybody in jail and prison's innocent. I mean, come on, Betty knows that. She, you know, her bestie is works on the worst wing of the worst jail of the worst with the worst inmates and shit out here getting concussions and stuff at a job that he wasn't even at, allegedly.
I do.
Well, you know.
I do have to say she looks really comfy in that bed, though.
Yeah, I mean, she, you know, laying there doing what she does best, running her cock box.
Right.
Oh, now that's exactly what she. I'm sure
slip.
she is comfy. She's in her natural habitat on her back.
Well, she's in her pillow fort. You know, like when you're a kid, you build a pillow fort. She's in a pillow fort right now.
I'm afraid she's gonna have a nip slip. Damn, that keeps opening up there and shit.
All right, so we're gonna hit the play. We're gonna stare at Betty literally like that in that horrible, horrible position. Nightmares. I will gauge my own. I will gouge my own eyes out if that happens. I think a lot of people will go blind. Less always thinking her.
Oh, I just got it. I got this. I seen it. I see you, baby. I just read the back chat.
Okay.
So I see you back. I see you back here. I won't pull you up. You want me to go over it right now? I will. I'll stop it real quick and go over it now real fast or read it now real quick because this is a 9-minute video. So, all right. So somebody popped up real quick and they popped this in the back. They didn't want to be pulled up, but they did want me to see it. And so it says severe autism kills family in crisis, lives in danger. So Julie's, this is her severe autism kills families in crisis, lives in danger. This is her book. So she sits and says that it's not. So she sits and says that it's about children with autism. No, it's about murders and parents who kill their kids with autism. So I think that's why she is so involved in this and says the things that she says, because this is what her book is about. While she's screaming that, you know, nobody's walked in her shoes. This book is a collection of true crime stories from around the globe documenting the murder of people with severe autism. The average lifespan of a person with severe autism is 39 and a half years. Each year, there are children and adults with severe autism who become the victims of murder. Most often, these individuals are killed at the hands of their parents and caretakers. No wonder she fucking says the shit she says about Katie and Chris. Frequently,
she's biased?
Absolutely, she is. It says frequently the murder of those with severe autism are accompanied by parental suicide or attempted suicide. Homicides are carried out in a multitude of ways, including shootings, stabbings, and physical abuse or neglect, intentional poisonings, intentional drownings, and more. This book was not written to condemn or condone others. Rather, it's meant to rattle the public to awareness of families in crisis related to severe autism, the need for help, and the lives that should be saved. Families like mine often, here she goes, families like mine often suffer in the darkness of isolation and desperation. I am a parent and author, not an expert, nor a short superhero. Along with my husband, I care for twin 18-year-old boys with autism spectrum disorder. Although they are each at opposite ends of the spectrum, one son is considered to have high-functioning autism, while his twin brother has severe autism. The stories are arranged in the chapter subject: murder by parent, incidents involving police, and neglect and abuse. I warn you, this is not an easy book to read, and it was difficult to write. I am a fierce activist. I consider myself a force for good in this world. Well, as emotional as you are, I don't think so.
I am not reading that book. Fuck that.
I was just gonna say, B-Tim, are we going on another reading expedition?
Hells to the
No.
No. And I like that it has 12 ratings, meaning only 12 people read that book, probably.
Back to the bedster.
So at the end of the day, they didn't get what they wanted. I'm not going to jail. Okay, I just want to be very clear on that. We're not going to jail. So if you're coming to court on the chance to see me going to jail, you're going to be crying much like you were today.
Didn't she go to jail?
You know,
Oh, you are. You're just putting it off. In my opinion, you're going to jail.
Well, didn't she already go to jail for 2 days? So you already went to jail.
Yeah, she's talking about her court date.
Yeah, you already went to jail, ma'am. So you went to jail. We seen you in cuffs. We seen the mugshot, and you cried about being in jail. So you already went to jail for this. So are you going to go longer? That's the bet. We should really have like a raffle on whether she's going to jail or not, like some sort of bet raffle. But I think that might be illegal. I don't know.
You want to do a poll on it?
Yeah, maybe like some sort of poll. We need to like have like polls on this. Like, will Betty go to? Will Betty go to jail? And we like place odds or something for it. Betty, will she go to jail?
Oh, there we go. We can gamble on it. That'll go over real well.
Yeah, I know, right? That might be a problem, but be like, I wonder what the odds would be. Like, if we were like, this was like a casino, and this was like, in Vegas, what would the odds of her going to jail be?
I wonder what the over and under would be on that one.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Like, what is the over and under of whether she goes to jail? Yeah, like, what is the over and under if she's going to jail? We need to find that out. Watch if that was the case.
Who's connected with Vegas? Maybe we can get some. Dude, maybe we could get Vegas in on this.
Imagine this happens and she goes to jail and then Seth Rogers betted on whether she goes to jail and made a bunch of money off her going to jail. Like he just bets that she's going. True crime. Oh my god.
Shit, that's what Justin did. She went to jail. He made a fucking bank, like $5,000.
Yeah, and then he made it look like he was gonna he lies to omission, I would say. Like a lot of people imply that he was gonna take.
Yeah, he made it sound like he was gonna help give money towards her shit, and he never did. And he never once, I don't think he ever one time said he was going to. He just insinuated it. You know what I mean? To make it sound like he was going to, so more people donated and shit. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
He made more in that one live than she's made the last 4 months that she's had her GoFundMe up.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I need to get a PayPal pool going for my attorney fees because I know we're gonna be getting a response here shortly. Which means I'll still have, even if it does get dismissed, I'm gonna still have the countersuit. So
hopefully
we're still waiting on an answer here from the judge. Hopefully he'll get it done soon.
Yeah, you know how it is. January is like December, everything shuts down, and then January starts slowly up. The judge is probably getting back from vacation, probably.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Here we go.
You know what they're passing around that I went to jail for stalking somebody, for violating my protective order and stalking somebody and going onto their property. No,
did.
I got arrested for hashtags
You did. You did.
and threatening to sue someone. I'm telling you, Betty's always right. Why don't you guys just realize it already? Good. Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
And that's why you're going to jail, because you think you're always right and you're never right.
Right. You already went, and then you broke your fucking order of protection. You know you fucking did. You violated the sumbitch, and now, in my opinion, your ass is going to go back to jail for that. You put the shit off, but you do still have court on the 8th, so I guess we'll see what goes on. And then you have court in March. So, I guess we'll see.
It comes with a cost. This business comes with a cost. Oh, Nick is up in the house. It's nice to see you, Nick. God bless you. Nick, you need to look into these people. They're all felons that are doing all this to you, all this to the team, everybody. They're felon channels. This is what people, when people are in tight spots or have done some.
Says our little criminal that's out on a $20,000 bond. Huh.
Criminal activity or need protection, they go to these criminal channels. These are channels that are ran.
Look. Don't make me pull Miss P out and tell you about yourself. You know?
This
It is called criminal
activity,
and it's illegal.
and it is deemed illegal.
It is called criminal activity and is illegal.
Listen, cutbag bitch. Shitbag.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you. I hate all of you. Have a fuck day.
I love listening to her little comebacks there. Her little fucking one-liners. Hey, you little cuntback bitch.
By felons. These are felons that can't even get, they can't even be a representative at the Slurpee counter of a 7-Eleven. That's how bad the records are.
Wait a minute. Who can't be a fucking representative at the Slurpee counter? Because I heard you was representing Slurpees in the Chili's.
Oh.
I mean, realistically, what type of employment can Betty get if the YouTube doesn't work?
Chili's.
Yeah, Chili. I don't even think she'd be hired at the Chili's.
From her own mouth, Chili's.
Like, really, you haven't worked in years. That's a huge employment gap in your fucking record. Your last job, I think, was working for a mortgage company or something like that, where you were like a notary or something. I don't even know what your last job was. Like, I don't even think you'd get hired at a 7-Eleven, to be completely blunt with you.
Wasn't it the mortgage company that she forged the W-2s for, or allegedly, or something of that nature?
Yeah, like that's your last employment. You literally have no employment history. I don't think you could get a job at 7-Eleven, to be completely honest with you. Like they're gonna be like, why haven't you worked in like 10 years? Well, I did something called YouTube, and then they dial your name up and they see all the shit you've done, and they're gonna be like, nope, we're gonna hire Jim over here who doesn't have all this baggage. And that's what you got, man. Like, this is all or nothing. You don't have anything else, so you can't even work at the 7-Eleven, to be honest with you. I'm not sure she gets it. I don't think she gets that. Like, she has no ability to get gainful employment after this.
I don't believe she forged the W-2s. I believe the company that she worked for had forged W-2s.
Yeah, I think she was a notary.
I don't believe it was her.
I think she notarized those documents, and that was where she got in big trouble. And then I think like she basically they kind of not focused on her, and they moved on to someone else. I think she notarized documents that she probably should not have notarized. I think
She helped them get the big fish.
Yeah.
So she got out of it.
Did she testify, or did she just like fucking? They just ignored her.
What? She's a snitch? I thought snitches got stitches.
I don't think she testified. I don't know about that. I think they.
I don't know what
ignored
she did, but I just know that, you know, that's why she didn't get in trouble. It was, they were after the big fish.
Yeah, they weren't after like the person notarizing shit. They were after the people that were actually fucking forging or doing the crazy.
Doesn't matter. Still got criminal activity under her little fingertips there. Little criminal, little smooth criminal out on bond, bitch. Better quit violating those LPs. You will be a felon in my humblest opinion. You keep up.
Keeping it to the.
They said, "Fucking come on to Tennessee, come on vacation, leave on felony probation."
Facts. That's what the problem is there's a whole party that doesn't like the real facts, and they don't like them being known. They want them to shut the rug. And I'm sorry, we're not doing it. We're not the ones.
Well, you are. You really are, but we'll pretend like you're not for your sake.
You know, I've never been in jail for 30 days before, but if it comes down to my constitutional rights or imprisonment, I'm going to jail. I will tell you that. There are just some things worth fighting for. And that will be the biggest protest that I will ever do. And I will tell you that straight up. So all these people then, and you know, because I've come to Jesus with it, I know it's not going to happen. Gave Sumner County Sheriff's Office the Cold Case Foundation information for them to reach out to them. Well, you know, Seth, wishing one hand in the other, figure out which one fills up faster. I know I didn't commit any crimes. I know I've done nothing that they've said I've done. So I feel like that, you know, once the judge hears the true facts, I don't see how he's going to be able to keep these in place.
Well, he heard the true facts, and he definitely kept them in place. That's for sure. He actually granted them. So, yeah, your meeting with the judge didn't go as planned, did it?
She says, I've never said out of my voice. This woman that refuses to get off up the street for 7 months. Talk about is Tony and Seth. They're great people, by the way.
Wow.
So we're going to keep going down this road. We're going to keep talking about Sebastian. Sebastian is front and center, and he should be. So we're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue to support Seth and Tony. Great people, by the way. Great people. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody on these YouTube streets say. These people, they don't know these people. Okay? They can talk some mad cash crap about everybody, but one thing they can't talk about is Tony and Seth. They're great people. Seth is a strong man. Does he falter every now and again? He's a father that's missing his freaking son. It's been 7 months. You go without your kid. Send your kid off.
Who the fuck is she telling to send their kid off? And no, in my opinion, Seth and Tony are not wonderful, most awesome people. I understand that Seth is a victim because his child is missing. However, in my opinion, I feel like he has came out and straight slandered and dogged the ever-loving fuck out of Sebastian's mother. And I feel like the majority, in my opinion, the majority of the hate that Katie and Chris receive is at Seth's I won't say direction, but I'll say at Seth's, on his behalf, because people believe everything he came out and said, especially with the SA story and all the shit that happened with that, and saying that Katie allowed that to happen to him. You see, it's the wording that he used in the shit that he said. And I believe, in my opinion, he incited a lot of the fucking hate that they got, that they're still getting to this day.
Up the street for 7 months. Have somebody hide your child and you not know where your child is. That's all he cares about. That man had to sit in that courtroom knowing that his ex was there. And he has so many questions for this.
Knowing ex was there, and, you know, you're supposed to be one of his friends. Well, actually, one of his voices. We just heard Tony tell us how great you were, how excited they were to have you on their team. And he is sitting there supporting you, a woman that the mother of his child had to go get an order of protection against. And instead of supporting her, he's sitting there supporting you. It's disgusting, in my opinion.
This woman that refuses to speak to him or help him in any way locate his son. Meanwhile, condemning him and his entire team with the use of these felon content creators that want to do nothing but hurt him. Hurt him. Did you hear that, vile bitch?
Who said they wanted Sean to hurt? Who said that? I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they want Sean hurt. Have y'all heard that?
Nope.
No, ma'am.
All we've ever said is we just wish you wouldn't help these people attack Chris and Katie. That's all we've ever said.
Right.
The beach whale. Did you hear her? Crap coming out of her mouth today?
We're listening to her right.
Wait until somebody hurts me. I can tell you the stuff she says, the threatening stuff.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that, girl. Stop it.
She says, I've never said out of my voice. Maybe it's time for her to go to jail for the threats, right? The harassment. Maybe it's time for her to have a protective order on her since she wants to hurt Seth so bad. Just saying, what's good for the goose? We could do this all day long. And if this was legit, do you know how many people would be in jail right now for attacking Seth?
None. There's nobody attacking.
I mean, just think about it.
Opinions are opinions about what he said and did. It's not attacking. It's not. No one has ran up and put their hands on him. Nobody's tried to fight him. Nobody's been at his house. Nobody's been outside his house with a bullhorn. Nobody's been at his mom's house. Nobody's been stalking him, harassing him, following him, except for disability because they thought he was committing fraud. So tell us again where and when he was ever attacked. I would love to know, please.
If this is really the way it is in Tennessee, there's a lot of content creators that are about to get shackled up. Shackled up. So we're clipping all of that because I think that's threatening content. And, it just shows you that criminals will continue to be criminals. I don't really care about that lady, Stephanie. I also...
This didn't age well, did it? If people choose not to come from YouTube to TikTok to check out the receipts, that's not our problem. This is an update as of 9/6/24 at 10:24 Eastern Standard Time. The blip boards are running on $1,000 a day.
I also want receipts for the billboards. She can fly a kite. She can get bent. She ain't no Betty, I can tell you that. If you don't know who Beached Whale is, and she's like, oh my God, she can't be talking about the weight if she looks like that. Well, baby, you got to see my ass today, and I can guarantee you, I'm about, I don't know, a tenth of you? Just saying.
No, you're not.
I think my whole body could fit on your thigh.
Nah.
Just saying. It's just saying, we like fluffy over here, but we like nice fluffy people,
Lord
not vile fluffy people. Actually, we don't like vile whales.
Oh, really? Really? Let me go see something real quick. Hold on, please. Hold, please.
Let me see. People use Betty because she's stupid. Let me see. People use Betty because she's stupid. She's so desperate to belong something that gets used. That's how stupid she is, but they keep going, Betty. Well, yeah, she's a useful idiot. She's literally facing possible jail time because she proceeded to do something very stupid. You know, she stepped away from the realm of being a content creator where she talks about a case to actually be involving herself in the middle of one and aggressively pursuing people with no facts to support her basis to do so. So, I don't know. She's a very stupid person. I think, you know, even risking the possibility of going to jail is a very stupid thing to do. And
I agree.
Yeah, it's just very, very stupid. The moment that like a protective order was put onto her, she should have showed up in court. She should have got an attorney if she really believed it and fought it there. Instead, she played games. It resulted in, and she did a live right after the protective order was like basically granted. And then she just did a live stream afterwards, acting like a complete fool. You know what I mean? A smart person would have made sure to go in there, had their evidence put forth and an attorney, and they would have defended themselves, and they might have been able to fight it off, or they might have, at the very least, figure out the terminology in which they can go about the situation. Like, oh, can I talk about Sebastian? Can I talk about this? What are like the things I could avoid so I don't go to jail? And that's what she should have done, and she didn't, and she was stupid. And you know, all these people cheering her on, well, they're not going to be, if she does go to jail, they're not going to be the ones sitting in that jail cell with her. She's going to be there by herself. So, the problem.
Yeah, I bet if she would have just shut her damn mouth afterwards, it probably would have eventually went away. Even the Proudfoots might even dropped it if she would have behaved herself, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
because they don't seem like unreasonable people.
Yeah,
you know?
case in point, you got you got all these YouTubers that are, in my opinion, doing a lot of defamation on these people, and they're literally ignored.
Mm-hmm.
They're not stopping you from talking about your opinions. They're stopping you from harassing and stalking them. That's what they have a crux there. That's what they have a problem with. Not that you have an opinion on a case that might be wrong and not really well researched, and you're just kind of jumping to assumptions, but they have a problem with the fact that you are stepping out of bounds. You are not police officers. Even police officers are not allowed to do what these people are doing. They're just not. They gather facts, and then they present their case. They present it to, you see if they can get an arrest, and then they arrest the person, and then there's a trial. But people want to jump from the arrest to the trial to sentencing, and it's like, it doesn't work that way.
Right, and there's, like you said, there's lots of people out here that talk shit about the Proudfoots and have said horrible, horrible things about them, but they're not putting protection orders against them or trying to shut them up.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, like, there's no injunction being filed on Brittany J to shut up about Chris Proudfoot. You know what I mean? Or Kate.
Right.
There's none of that happening. What's happening is that this lady decided to act like a stalker and proceeded to stalk these people. And then when she's shocked that, they got a protective order because her behavior is highly erratic. She's talking about machetes bringing to the state. She's screaming, chasing after the grandparent of Sebastian, the step-grandparent of Sebastian, while then stopping and screaming irrationally into the camera about getting a GoFundMe for a gun, talking about how that state has reciprocity. And, when someone talks about getting a gun, that is a threat. That is basically a threat that, because I don't know what a gun is used for. It's not like a knife where I can use it to whittle wood or cut some meat or something like that. It is a weapon meant to defend or to go after someone. It is a weapon. Right. It is not a dual use item like a knife or even a machete where you can make a claim that, you're cutting the backwards, even though it's not that much brush in the back. We saw the woods, and especially around that time, there's nothing to cut through. But the fact is that this person has made a visible threat on a live stream, and then they were shocked.
Now, who in the fuck is she calling a whale? That's what I want to know.
I don't remember this one. I mean, I remember this one, but I thought she was talking about Clue at the time, but I'm not sure.
Bro,
I'm just saying she ain't always been
right
little, and I mean she's not little now, but I'm saying she has not always. That's the thing. Just like with Laura, all you motherfuckers love calling people fat, but when we call y'all fat, it's a fucking end of the world here.
There she blows.
Well, I remember her mom even saying one time on one of her live streams that her nephew or niece or whatever didn't recognize her because she had lost so much weight.
You want to talk about whales and fat asses and people on drugs and shit like that? Well, fuck.
Well,
you forget where you came from. That's why we got to do a friendly little fucking reminder and show your ass where the fuck you came from, because you forget.
Man, she can't even fit through the booth.
I mean, fuck, you'd be out here fucking causing people stress and shit so goddamn bad you've aged yourself about 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
That lawsuit really did her in. And again, when you fucking lie on affidavits and lie and shit, and you know what I'm saying, you don't get to do that kind of shit. God don't like ugly, baby. Sleeping with a big ass binder in your fucking bed with court papers and shit. No wonder you look stressed like you do. When the judge dismissed it and threw it out, you should have let very well enough be.
Yeah.
Got yourself out here stressed as fuck about to go to jail. Act stupid.
But that's like what they usually do. That's what that Lima woman did to BJ Investigates. That case was dismissed, and then that lady refiled again, and then tried to file a protective order in another state, like a crazy person. You know, it's a lot of times like these people, they just don't like fucking let go. They don't walk away because they got to prove that they're right, and even to their own detriment, they have to prove that they're right instead of just walking the fuck away and moving on with their fucking lives. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, the funny thing is, before the case was, dismissed, you didn't even cover her. You weren't really talking about her, which is kind of interesting. You were even talking about her. So,
well, the sound wasn't playing. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like before the case was dismissed, you weren't talking about her for almost a year. Anyone that jumped up, we were like, no, we can't.
No, that's what made me start talking about her again.
Yeah.
Because I stopped talking about her. I wouldn't even let her name be brought up in my chats. We didn't review her, go over, we on her. Her name wasn't in here at all. And obviously that was not good enough. That wasn't what was bothering her. So when she went back in and refiled it again after the judge dismissed it and threw it out and, wanted to continue to cost me money. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to continue to review you because it's not illegal what I'm doing anyway. We don't threaten you. We don't send people to fuck with you. None of that. So the shit you say is a fucking bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that the judge is going to dismiss the shit. They're going to see right through it just like they did with the last one.
Hopefully we're prejudiced then if they do dismiss it.
Right. It would be nice.
So she
we
can't
don't have to do this again, but
yeah.
Honestly, I think if she does it again, they'll automatically just throw it out.
Yeah, it just sucks that this lady just doesn't know when to fucking walk away.
Right. Well, she stressed herself the fuck out. She's gonna be in jail this time.
But it's funny, if she knew how to walk away, she wouldn't be facing possible jail time. Yeah, she wouldn't be facing possible jail time if she walked away.
Well, I mean, we don't know that for sure, but
well, I mean, if she didn't go live if she showed up to court for the order of protection, put up her defenses, and even if she lost,
right,
she would have and didn't go live immediately or specified the terms of it, she would not be facing jail time.
Yeah, you're right. That's where she fucked up. She thought she was just doing shit and not go to court. Well, that's not how shit works with the court.
Yeah, it's like you show
when
up.
You have a court date. Yeah, you show up. Period. Yeah. Or you have an attorney for you, one or the other, and yours didn't show up for you. I don't even think you had one. Did you? Did she have one then?
I think she got the attorney the Friday before she got arrested, like the day before that she got arrested. When she went in, like
yeah, and she tried to say he told her not to go to court. Well, that's not. I don't believe that.
Right.
Yeah, I think
don't
she
believe
got
that at all.
Yeah, I think she didn't really hire them until the day before when she was in Tennessee, and then she got arrested at that vigil.
Yeah.
So I don't think she had an attorney. I think either she was talking to an attorney and she was trying to, maybe she didn't pay him the full amount for him to represent, because obviously attorneys are not going to represent you unless you pay them the full amount. So
Right.
I think she went in there, gave him the money on that day when she.
Oh, we know all too well. Shit.
Yeah. And she got what she paid for. I mean, it cost her like what, $5,000, and she got what she paid for, which is basically she lost. Like, it's okay, you lost. But I think like the attorney probably didn't know all the fucking details, because I think he didn't know that there was videotaped. I mean, there's not really much you can do for a defense when you videotape your crimes. You know, it's kind of tough. You know.
Yeah.
I don't even think Alan Jackson can fucking defend you at that point.
That's pretty much what she did.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna.
Well, yeah,
finish
and I'm sure he told her to shut her damn mouth, and she didn't. So he probably either got rid of her, or because he told her to shut up, he got rid of him, one or the other, you know.
Well, he probably recommended, hey, man, maybe you should stop doing these live streams. You're kind of making my job harder, because I got to go into court and say that you're not an unhinged crazy person that's stalking these people, and you're sounding like an unhinged crazy person stalking these people. You know, you're talking about you got binders on these people, you know their work routine, you know where their surveillance cameras are, you know their hours of work. That is stalkish behavior. I'm sorry, that's fucking weirdo behavior. I don't know how you could defend that. Like, as soon as the judge hears that, they're gonna be like, "Yep, order granted." Oh, and she also has access to a gun, and she's unhinged and threatening people to shoot them. Yeah, order granted. That's probably what happened.
Well, part of the problem is she thought she was doing fine because she wasn't doing it online. She was doing it in person. She said that out of her mouth.
Stupid is and stupid does, as they say. I mean, I think she doesn't quite understand that, like, when you threaten to get a gun in another state and stalk people, it's not really something that's going to be not taken seriously. She didn't listen to the judge, so why would she listen to the lawyer? Yeah, it's true. I do doubt the lawyer told her to shut up. He has either fired her or for smearing his reputation, and she fired him. I don't. Either or, we'll see. In 2 days, we'll see if she shows up. I mean, like, if she's got motions and she doesn't have an attorney, she would have to show up, or look at, there would have to be Zoom or something. Like, maybe they'll let her do it in Zoom and she doesn't have to fucking be there. I don't know. I do not know. We'll see. You can.
I just learned how to make my cricket right.
That's nice.
In DAs that can't.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. I was pushing play. You said something about a cricket and what?
I just learned how to make my cricket right. I'm making it make address labels. I'm so
cool.
excited.
Okay.
So anyway, sorry. Sidebar.
You better be.
That's all right. Were you guys talking about it before, or did I interrupt? No. I'm sorry.
No, I've been over here listening, and when my hands are busy, my ears work better. So I've been over here fussing with this damn thing, trying to make it work, and I've been trying to fuss this for like a month. Anyway,
Voices, you better be careful. They're going to accuse your fucking cricket of doxing people. And maybe the address cricket. It's got the addresses now.
Oh fuck.
The doxing cricket.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! It'll be the doxing cricket.
Yeah, I noticed somebody was back on some bullshit when they came in here under the fucking Voices fake vaccine card. So that's real fucking cute. So I don't know who that is.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry to me. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just saying, you can tell when people are trolling. You know what I mean? And it reminded me because Molly's been back talking shit. You know, that's all I could think of. It's probably from somebody from over that way. You know.
Oh, for God's sake, just quit.
God, that's so what? 2021? Come on,
Yeah, I
get
was gonna
over
say
it.
fucking 2 years ago. Shit. Love how they bring shit up that's old as fuck. Like, but I figured that was. I mean, they they got to find shit to bring up. There's no content right now on Sebastian at all. So what else are they gonna do?
Right. So they got to
Bring
bring
up
up
old
old
bullshit.
things. They got to bring
Yep.
up old things, but yet they want to be forgiven and make it so that they've moved on to be a bigger and better person, right? Get the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
out.
did you know Justin wrote a new rap song allegedly? I was like, oh fuck, he's trying to be JLR.
Little T-Rev.
Right. Justin the new
Call him
T-Rev.
Call him J-Rev.
Uh-oh, J-Rev. That sounds like a good name. Clutch them pearls, J-Rev. And you know what? He exploits missing children cases just the same like T-Rev does. Uh-oh, J-Rev. We're going to go listen to that when we're done. Here we go. We need some laughs.
Charge a circumstantial case. Like, it takes skill. If you ain't got the skill, just acknowledge you ain't got the skill. But it takes skill. But if every other state in the country can do circumstantial cases, why can't the state of Tennessee? Out of humanity, she did say you were small. I nearly had a stroke. But then she was backed up with tiny. She's like, oh my God, she shouldn't be calling anybody beached whales looking like that. Well, baby, you got to see my ass today, and I can tell you I got a lot of room to talk. Just saying, not playing.
No, you don't. Not at all. We showed that picture. No, you don't. No, our faces were looking like this. No, you do not. You do not have any room to talk. Not at all. Look, this is our face when we just seen that other picture. Bitch, who you calling a fucking whale? Are you serious? That fucking face, boy. I swear to God. That fucking face, man. It's all about the glasses off to the side. That shit cracks me up. Looks like somebody came over and just bitch smacked the fuck out of her and she's dazed and confused. What happened, Betty? What had happened was... My gosh. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Damn, Glaire's getting nasty.
Is he?
Oh, man.
I haven't heard too much about what did you do this time?
I'm gonna send this over to you. It's real fucking gnarly. It's real. It's
like, is it an old shit? Like he
Oh,
sometimes.
it's about Cottage Tales or whatever that Cottage
Oh
Tales
yeah,
is.
I heard Turtle Boy was claiming that he was faking cancer, and that's a lie. Cottage Tales, been fighting cancer, and he was fighting cancer at the time. They were trying to imply that, and then they were kind of making fun of like Cottage Tail without a shirt and comparing him to the Glare, making fun of him. I'm like, the guy is recovering from cancer. That's not right. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
He just said some real nasty shit to him.
Oh my
God. Here, this is what he said here. I'll just go ahead and read it for the ones that don't have Twitter. The Glare says, y'all want to know how I know at our vault Plevin lied about, and he says Plevin, not Kevin. He says Plevin lied about dying of cancer. He's not fucking dead. Yellow Cottage Tail says, that's right, bitch. And death is the only way you frauds will stop me. And the Glare said, so profound.
That's disgusting, man. That really is disgusting.
Yeah.
He's not changed. Old swill.
Like, why would you say that? Because the guy seriously is like going for treatment. I don't know if he's not still going through treatment, but he was really seriously sick. That guy, like, he was seriously sick, and I think even like showed his medical records and stuff like that. It's a pretty bad situation. Not recovering, unfortunately. He's terminal. Oh, thank you, but yeah. So he's not recovering. He's terminal.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
terrible.
so it's in your inbox. I sent you the.
Oh, that's that's why I don't like that motherfucker Glare, because he demands people give him grace and all this shit, but then he's making fun of a guy that's like literally terminal with cancer. It's like, yeah,
that's some dirty shit.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's
a
like
special place in hell for people like that.
Well, you know what, Glare? Sometimes health, unfortunately, karma has its way. Maybe, hopefully, no one's treats you like a piece of shit when you're sick. I'm just saying.
Right.
Well, and that's Glaire's never done anything to me, but when he supported Turtle Boy, when Turtle Boy was attacking that woman and stuff, that was enough for me.
Yeah.
Man.
Jeez, your dog is snoring so hard.
This is his tweet right here. Y'all want to know how I know at our Hicks Vault Plevin. So this is his tweet. Or he's obviously responding to a tweet. I don't know, but either way, Yellow Cottage Tales messaged him back right here. And then he put so profound.
Yeah, he's a real scumbag. I mean, like, that's
he's just being a little bitch.
Yeah, and 7 hours ago we did that? Like, or is that just a screenshot that said 7 hours ago?
I got the screenshot, so I don't know when he did it. You'll have to go look and see if you can find it or whatever on Twitter. I'm sure it's over there. I mean, I'm sure it's still up. He doesn't really take shit down like that. You know what I mean? He's not one to really take shit down. So
have pity on your side, and you want me to have pity on your side? Fuck you! How about that? God forgive me, but fuck you!
we got
you want me to have pity on your side?
We got the double fucks.
Fuck you!
No, fuck you.
We got the double fucks with that one. My God.
That just hurts my heart for Kevin. He's terminal, and Will is out here acting like it's not good enough.
Well, you know what? Everyone gets sick and everyone dies. You should probably show a little sympathy because we're all heading the same way. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and it's like, in the end of the day, you can disagree with Kevin. You can disagree with his ideas of what he thinks about a case, but it's clearly he's going for personal attacks. Then that's way too personal of an attack. You know what I mean? And that just shows me he has no real argument against Kevin.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You have no argument. You can't clown him for like his views on the case. So you're going for like a big situation like that, and it's really nasty. But he'll get his. You know what I mean? Like, people think karma's not real, but when you hang around negativity like that and garbage human beings like that, eventually they turn on you, and that's your karma. So when that happens, it's going to be very interesting. It is what it is. You just have to wait. If you wait long enough, you'll see it. That's for sure.
And if you're lucky, God will let you watch, like Queen always says.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's not really good at banter, and he's not really good at debating facts. He's a good propaganda person. That's pretty much it. Billy Tim looks at Will's life. He is already living karma. Yeah, well, that's true. That is true. That is true. But yeah, It is what it is. Did Plebeian, let me see, did Kevin say he was on his way out or something? Listen, Freddie Savage, have a little respect for Kevin. He's terminal. You know what I mean? Like, that's not right to be fucking going with the guy's sickness. You know, if you want to go with his argument, you know, in the case, or you want to make fun of clown him on that, that's fine. But like, really, it's not right to fucking go at him for when he's, you know, terminal with cancer. So you wouldn't like that happening to your family members. Just saying. Believe me, you don't know what it's like until you're in those shoes. Does he still have Clubber? Yeah, he still has Clubber. I wouldn't wish on him. Let me see. Stitch on behalf of a former 12-year-old girl everywhere. And fuck no, we're better at arguing than him. He is. Yeah, probably. Let me see. Anywho, yeah, fucking terrible. But he'll get his karma eventually. You just have to wait. Though, you know, Good Egg says he's living his karma, so maybe.
What else is new? Will sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I wonder what Queen's gonna play. Maybe she's gonna play that clip with that live stream debate with Mr. Lounge. Holy fuck, that was crazy. That was a crazy thing to watch. Because I was typing.
Dude, that was the best yet. Thank you, B-Tim. Thank you.
Yeah, that was insane. I was like, because he got that other, I don't know the history of that streamer. I don't know if he's a good guy, bad guy. I don't really give a fuck. I just judge by the debate. But he completely roasted the Lounge. Now, if you don't know, I think Queen's gonna play it. I don't know if she will or she'll talk about it. But I was like, just found this clip of basically the Lounge being accused of plagiarism on the Killdozer documentary. And basically, he was, for sum and substance, the argument the other guy was making was that he was taking screenshots and record parts of the recordings from a documentary and putting it up on his video without crediting the documentary at all, and ripping whole lines of dialogue from it and adding it to his own. And, you know, like, and he was using B-roll that wasn't really being, like, told, which was the lesser of the argument. That wasn't really being told to the general audience, that the B-roll was, like, what it was, basically. If you don't know, Killdozer is a situation where a crazy person creates like a freaking tank in his backyard, in his garage, and goes on a rampage because of, you know, reason, which, whatever.
That was, do you remember a while back we actually talked about that documentary?
Yeah, it's been a while. So he gets into a debate with him and he starts cursing the Lounge. He goes after the man's wife. He starts saying crazy fucking, like, just sits there and just completely melted in that debate. It's quite amazing. Maybe Queen will play, I don't know. But it just shows you, like, the guy, and then, like, at one point, which was like, he admits that he's he plagiarized, and he just automatically lost at that point. He admits it. And the fact is then he says that apparently at that particular time, he's changed recently, because if you go to the John Benet Ramsey, where he talks there, he actually posts the notes and he credits the videos in there. But before that, he didn't do that on his in his about section. He didn't show any of the sources, and that the only way you would actually see the sources of his material is that you have to join his Patreon and pay him $1. And then you can actually see the sources of his script, of where he got it from, which is kind of crazy to me, to be honest with you, but okay. But yeah, it was wild to see. Maybe Clay will play it, we'll see. I don't know. We'll watch. I feel like watching them and giving them clicks and views lets them continue to operate that way if they couldn't get paid. Well, the thing is, like, some locals like being watched and they want that attention in the back and forth, and some don't. And Betty doesn't. She hates anyone that criticizes her, and she gets fucking crazier and crazier when they do. So in a way, yeah, what she wants is like her own little everyone just basically loves her and all that, loves Bomber. And anyone that criticizes her, she kicks. So in a way, I don't think that's the case with Betty. I think actually watching her actually fucking does something to make her fucking more reluctant to do, or makes her at least pissed off. So that's just my opinion. She's like
Well,
mold.
I hate when she's so fucking awkward and she just can't admit it that she's awkward. Wait, I have those days when I wake up and I'm just completely socially awkward. But I always give a warning like, hey, got a case of the dumbs today, not really functioning well. But Betty, she puts on this air about her. And you can just tell when she's being fake, in my opinion.
Yeah, she is definitely a fake person, in my opinion. I don't know, man. She's the thing is, like, she is cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs. That's just my opinion on that. That's my opinion. My opinion, she's always fake. Yeah, Betty can't even get along with her own family, so her not getting along with society doesn't surprise me. That's true. But yeah, I mean, like, that's why, like, people say, well, why do you watch her? Well, number one, I don't like her. Number two, I hope that she goes to jail. And I don't like her. I don't watch her channel.
I don't like the argument that she doesn't get along with her family, because you know what? We all have toxic family members that we have to cut off.
That's true. I guess you make a good point there, Voices. You make a good point there. But I don't like her.
Right.
You know.
And I get that. I get that. But I'm just saying, as far as the family argument goes, I struggle with that because we all have toxic family members that we have to cut off. So that was, sometimes you come from a long list. Well, and she could be the toxic family member also, Good Egg. That was where I was also headed with that.
Well, if we was betting, if we were in Vegas, I'd probably bet on that. Let's just say that much. I would definitely bet on that possibility being the case, that she was probably the toxic one in that situation.
What does Jay say? Bing bong.
Bing bong. Bing bong. She's the toxic one.
And you said some days you have the dumbs. She has the dumbs every day because she is dumb.
She's dumb.
Well, there is that. I mean, there is that. I can't disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, what is the question? Is what day isn't she dumb? That's the question. Okay. Like, is there a day that she is not dumb and she doesn't say stupid shit? Because I'd like to know that day. She says stupid shit all the time, every day, all day, every day. So, not really surprised. Not really surprised at all. So, let me see. Can you get close to the mic and speak, please? Why would I get close to the mic? No, I'm not getting close to the mic. That's a no for you. Joking. Anyway, if I'm too low, let me see. Am I too low? Am I too low?
What, do they want to hear your sussy voice or what?
Did you say sissy voice?
Sexy voice. I was trying to be funny and saying sassy voice, but never mind.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to ban cheesy from the fucking show forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And cheesy. Let's see. When she's in jail that day. Yeah. Sounds better. Thank you. Let me see. I don't think. Let me see. If you truly want to change in your life, she's definitely going to get a change in her life very soon. Very, very soon. I don't see. I mean, like, a lot of people think that she might not go to jail. When I read that before I read that order, I was like iffy. But the moment I read that, like, that what the violation was, I'm like, I think she's going to jail. The chances of her not going to jail are very slim, in my opinion, because she violated the exact parts of what it was stating that you should not be violating, and she did it. And her defenses are terrible. Her defense is, I wasn't properly served, which is a terrible defense because if you lost that argument, then you're going in court and then they're going to say, well, that argument's done because we've had the district attorney come in and say that they properly served you, or the AD or, assistant district attorney or something like that. So if you have someone that's already said, yeah, you've been properly served, and then you're still arguing about you being properly served, that's not going to be a very good argument in your case.
And they have an actual detective keeping an eye on her. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I think she's pretty much done for when she goes in that courtroom because I don't know what her defense would be. Like, she really doesn't have a defense. That's the problem. Like, is she going to scream freedom of speech? Okay, well, that's great. And I'm sure that will be an issue for an appeal, maybe, that you can bring up. I mean, if you have that type of money, sure, go for it. But the chances of you having that type of money is slim to none, in my opinion. You don't have that kind of money. You don't have the money to appeal something like that. And you're going to go into court with possibly no attorney, which is even worse. Because guess what? You're not going to know what you're going to do, what you're going to need to appeal. You're going to be in jail. So, just my opinion. And if your whole tactic is to delay, that's great. I mean, but that's not going to work eventually because, you can delay all you want. Eventually, you're going to have to go in front of that judge and they're going to say, okay, well, we're going to have to rule on this now. So your delay tactic might work in other situations, but it's not going to work here because you fucked yourself. I don't know what you could say. You completely fucked yourself, Betty. A normal person would have probably yeah. Because you haven't stopped. If you would have stopped doing the content, yeah. No, she hasn't.
If she would have stopped, there's every probability that this would not be where it's at had she just stopped. But that's the thing. She has impulsivity control, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't stopped. You haven't learned your lesson. You haven't said to yourself, geez, maybe I should just slow down. Maybe not talk about them for a little bit to see what my arguments are in court. I'm going to do, clear it up, but nope, you didn't stop. And now you're possibly facing jail time. So, I mean, got your own.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, the Proudfoots might even dropped it. I mean, they're not out for money or, anything. They're just out to get her to knock it off.
Yeah, I think they're just out there not to be to stalked. I mean,
right. They just want to be able to live their life. Leave them alone. And if she would have, chances are they might have even dropped it. Yeah. I don't know, but they might have. But the judge might have had some leniency, even if they didn't. He might have had said, "Okay, well, you know what? You screwed up. You did this or whatever. Here, pay a fine or something. But now that you showed that you're going to behave yourself or whatever, we'll leave it alone." They might still keep the order, but she wouldn't go to jail,
Yeah. And the thing is, Betty has shown to act like an animal. She's she screams at everyone as an animal, but you acted like an animal. Because you even stated in your own words, I have the right to be repulsive, repugnant, or whatever your exact words were that you used. But the problem is, it's yes, you have the right to say fucked up things about people. Absolutely. But you stepped overboard. You went beyond saying just fucked up things about people. You pursued them and you harassed them and you stalked them.
Yeah. Act like a crazy person. Somebody that people need to fear. So, the judge can't just look aside from that,
Yeah. I mean, you acted like a crazy person and they said, okay, well, here's this order of protection, or PO. I mean, here you go. This is going to be good for this. And you still act like a crazy person. And then you're shocked that people are like, well, the judge is going to possibly put you in jail. Well, you showed no ability to stop. Eventually the state might just eventually they got to keep the rules going, or they're just going to let anyone, it's going to be teethless, this situation, if they just let you just walk away and do nothing about it. Just saying.
And they could add more charges, and I would be so happy to see that. Oh my God.
Oh, that would be crazy if they added more charges.
If she ended up with more, if she ended up with a felony out of this, oh my god.
If she did, that'd be like kind of fucking poetic justice because she screams at everyone else as a
Right. That's why I said that.
But yeah, she's completely disrespected the process. She, and people think it's cool to like just support that type of behavior, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much. She's shown that she's had no respect for an actual like public, the process. She doesn't give two shits about it, and she's just acting like this without, you know what I mean? Like, and like you think this is a great idea, like, oh, Coffin Doctor endorsed me and Doll the Bounty Hunter, but guess what? Rats don't. Rats know what happens. They will eventually run off a ship if it starts sinking.
Rats run off a scurrying ship, right?
Yeah.
Right. And she's totally showed disrespect for the court, which the judge is not going to be okay with that. And she's wasting the court's time.
Well, in multiple
judges aren't okay with that.
In multiple cases, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I don't know if they can bring up other states' stuff in there, but yeah.
I understand that, but you see the same pattern in multiple cases. It's her same MO she uses, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm only at the start, but how does Professor Seth even Julie still has her stepson? Seth hasn't a clue where this is. No wonder they don't want to work with her because she's batshit crazy. She's too crazy. When you're too crazy for that team, you got some problems. You got some real motherfucking problems. Just saying. I wonder what video Queen's gonna start. Or Queen's probably Queen's making lunch or something. Or fighting Duke the dog. Probably.
Hopefully he's not after another squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Cheesy, how much snow did you get?
None.
None.
It's so weird because I live in Minnesota. I mean, we have that nickname for a reason. Right. And everybody's getting snow everywhere else but Minnesota. I can't even believe it. It's like, wow.
We got like 6 inches and now it is just frigidly cold.
Well, in some parts of my area, we don't have any on the ground. And other parts of my area... Oh, sorry. I thought you were done talking.
High is 13.
In some parts of our area, we have no snow on the ground. And in other parts of my area, we have maybe like 2 inches, if that. And that's it. It's crazy. We should have probably at least...
The only snow we had to speak of was in the mountains.
Yeah, we don't have mountains.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, we have no snow at all. It's crazy. It's colder than a witch's tit, though. But yeah, we don't have any snow. Which sucks. People don't realize, everybody's like, oh, I'm so happy we're not getting any snow, but they don't realize what snow does for us. I mean, there's a reason why, sometimes we get wildfires up in northern Minnesota, but there's a reason why we're not on the news every year with wildfires like California and stuff, because we get snow. We get lots and lots of snow, which gives us lots of moisture, which keeps fires away, which helps with fishing. It helps with this. It helps with that, I mean, there's many reasons why snow is a good thing. People don't understand that, you know.
Oh yeah, that's where we get our majority of what fills our canals, because the snowpack is what melts into
right.
Snowpack melts down. The rivers feed our reservoir. Yeah, it's super important that we get the snow. I mean, we're already behind, even though we just got 6 inches, but it's still not. It's not enough.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, we should have big ass snowbanks by now, but yeah, it's weird. Last year we didn't have hardly any snow either, but we ended up getting dumped on at the end of the year though, quite a bit, which was good.
Yeah.
There's always March. March is always can usually be a big snow month, which kind of saves our spring and summer, but we still need it.
Saying all prophets want is to get away with abuse or even get away with murder. What's wrong with you people? I don't know. I think they just naturally picked a villain and they're just going with it. I don't know. I don't know what basis of fact they said. They say like the difference in what she said here and what she said there, and that's their basis. And that in the house, I think Betty says they cannot produce the missing child. It's like, yeah, no shit. So does Seth. Seth can't produce the missing child. That's why the child's missing. And, but the sad thing is like the possibility that he could have been in the construction site and they were still working on that construction site and something happened. And that's a pretty devastating situation there that could happen.
Yeah, it's like Dum Dum. If you can produce the child, then he wouldn't be missing.
Yeah, if you could
I'm sure they would love to produce the child.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's called the upstate, the top part, whatever it is. I don't know. But I think there's a possibility for what SF is saying, because it's like, I think there's not really the leads that are really being shown. And that could be a possibility. And it would explain why the dogs tracked to the retaining pond, or one dog did. And maybe he went to the construction site.
Absolutely, it would.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it would explain, and it would explain a lot of things. Maybe it's just
said that.
You said that? And was the construction site
that was
really
part
searched?
Of what I had said when we were talking with them? Yeah.
Yeah. And was the construction site really searched? You know what I mean? It was still going on during the search. They were still working. So it's like now there's houses on that area. So
yeah, I was really saddened by that. When SF was saying that, I didn't even realize that they didn't shut down all that construction and everything. At least even the day that Sebastian went missing, I was kind of amazed that everything didn't get shut down that day, or at least that day. I was kind of saddened to hear that the trucks and everything were still coming in, and I mean, that's a very good possibility that he could be in that construction area somewhere, I hope that's not the case, but
well, and just learning that he had recently been hiding, SF bringing that information out.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's kind of sad, but I still feel like he's alive. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know if it's just me, wishing for rainbows and fairies, but I feel like he's alive. I've never thought that I had any kind of psychic ability or anything, but I don't know, something in me just feels like he's alive. I don't know why. I've never felt that way about a missing child before.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. But I hope I'm right. I hope he's still out there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that the construction site at the very least should be checked because, you know, even if you think like, let's say you go with the theory of Katie did it. Well, wouldn't it make sense to check out that area just in case? And let's say like he went there and a construction, some sort of accident happened, he's buried under dirt. Wouldn't it make sense to check that area? I mean,
right. I can't believe it hasn't been. I mean, that's crazy that here we're at, what, 10 months now and it hasn't been checked. I mean,
the
we must be
garbage.
on 11 months now because February he went missing. So we're at 11 months now.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it just makes sense to check it out to at least get rid of that doubt, that shadow of doubt, like that cloud of doubt, and see what the hell's happening there. I don't know.
I wonder if that. I mean, would they? I know they have pretty cool equipment out there, but would they really be able to do a thorough search of that construction area if he was buried somewhere?
You could use GPR or LiDAR, or not LiDAR, ground penetrating radar and ground penetrating sonar. It would help to go over those areas.
But I mean,
just because
how far down does that stuff go? I don't know that technology, but I would sure would be. That would be. I should research that. That would be interesting.
Well, it's kind of like a fish finder, but it's.
Was that Queen? I thought Queen was logging.
I know about it. I know about it because there had been a theory and speculation that Chance Engelbert was buried in a concrete slab, and the Facebookers went so batshit crazy that they actually got a GPR and GPS out there, ground penetrating sonar and radar to be able to show them, like the people that owned the property where they kept saying it were bugged so much that they actually did it to get YouTube or Facebookers to leave them alone. It was that bad.
Wow.
Crazy. That is.
Well, I say do it. Rule it out. I mean, I know it's expensive, but
yeah, it'd be nice if they did do it to rule it out. You know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, we'll see. I think Queen has been attacked. She's gone. Disappeared. I think she ate a cheese sandwich and she's like passed out right now. Ate too much cheese. Anyway.
Maybe she had to poop. I'm just kidding.
Hopefully she washed her hands.
She's gonna yell at me when she gets back.
Let's see. Also, Katie and Chris that Sebastian did not hide or elope. Now SF is saying that he did. So which is it? You know what, JP? Listen, I don't know. Either way, it's worth checking out. I would probably say like SF got a lot more things right than got things wrong. And it's worth, when he says something like that, it's worth checking out if he can. You know what I mean?
Well, like we've said, maybe they didn't know he was sneaking out at night, you know? I mean, how many times did we sneak out as kids without our parents knowing, you know? I mean, my dad was a really light sleeper. I mean, you breathed heavy and he was awake. And I snuck out many times without them knowing.
Yeah.
Just luckily I came home every time, you know?
And I just think like most likely it's worth checking out. And if it doesn't work out and there's nothing there, then at least you can remove that possibility, you know?
Right.
And you keep on moving and you hope for the best.
And if that was a common occurrence with him when he was over at Seth's house to go outside at night, imagine he probably tried to do it at his mom's house too, maybe.
Maybe they didn't know he was hiding until we reviewed a video and found he was. Well, what's interesting is that he used to meet Seth outside, you know, when he was getting home. He used to make coffee. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say that he didn't, like, he also got up late at night. He'd had a hard time sleeping. So, you know, who's to say what can happen, right? Well, there's a lot of things to be shamed. It's sad. One is that, you know, that said, all this technology was locked up and he wouldn't be able to play online with adults, and apparently he was. I mean, there's a lot of things that could have been useful early on that would have been good, but hopefully the cops knew. I mean, social media, who gives a fuck if social media knows or not? But when it comes to cops, I'm hoping that they knew this and they checked it out.
Autistic or not, teenage kids think that they're adults. They can't wait to be adults. They want to be treated as adults, and they want to act like they're adults, you know? And it sounded like when Katie was talking, you know, he didn't like to be called her baby and stuff like that, you know? It was like, oh, mom, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, maybe that gave him a little. I used to think I was queen shit when I would sneak out at night and could be outside after dark, you know? I used to think I was the shit, you know, and my parents, and I could call my dad right now and ask him, and you could ask him, did I ever sneak out at night when I was a kid? And he'd probably tell you no, because I was never caught.
Yeah, that's true. They say you should do a poll to see how many people think he is alive and how many people. I don't know. I think that type of poll is kind of premature. I mean, like, I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a good poll to do, because you don't know. I mean, you don't know if he's been abducted. You don't know if he's deceased. You don't know. You just run away.
Right.
There's not enough information to do anything. When Betty talks about a circumstantial case, well, you know, number one, let's say you magically arrested them. Like, you came there and you arrested them and you took them into jail. Okay, well, what's your evidence? Well, Katie was in the house when he went missing. Okay. Katie sometimes said something inconsistent in an interview. Okay. What else? Do we have a murder weapon? No. Do we have a body? No. Do we have
Right.
GPS showing that she disposed of the remains? No. Do we have DNA anywhere? No. Do we have a struggle? No. Do we have a motive? No.
Right. She's banking on that because of the West case. Well, they had a whole lot of evidence, whether it was circumstantial or not. They had a lot of stuff that pointed in that direction. Whereas if the cops don't have anything that points in that direction, that Katie did something, you know, they can't get her on anything. So,
then they would have to charge her, and then they probably won't be able to charge her because there wouldn't be enough for the DA to be like, there's not enough to charge this lady.
Right.
And then they'll be released, and that would be that. And you've made a big show of it, but in the end of the day, you can't keep them. You can't keep them. Can't arrest them. You can't do anything. Michelle Walker did a short video on a woman who had dementia and wandered out the house. They never found her until the Google Maps updated and showed her walking out. She was found. Oh, that's pretty interesting. But like, yeah, I mean, like, when you think of it like that, then you say, well, okay, then that's the reason why the cops haven't arrested anyone, because there's nothing to be able to arrest them on. There's no evidence.
And if you think you have good enough evidence and you don't, and you take them to court and they get off, you can't try it again.
Yeah.
That's double jeopardy. So
that's why I kind of sit here and, like, the court of public opinion has said that they're guilty. And it's like, what do you base that on?
Right.
Well, he was in the house when he went missing. Okay. And there was some stories, they say. They never actually point out the differences, like the key differences, but the inconsistencies. But a lot of times people are not going to have a perfect story all the time when they reiterate things. It's just how it happens. Right. But the fact is, it's like that. If that's your basis of saying someone's guilty, then that's pretty bad, because that's not enough.
But it's like, excuse me, it's like Quentin Simon case, you know, they had one shot. So they wanted to make sure they had everything. So everybody just had to wait, be patient until they had enough evidence, and boom, they found Quentin, and they were able to make the arrest, and they were able to get a guilty, you know?
Well, for Quentin Simon, they had the body, they had her GPS location, they had her multiple times lying, they had, you know, they
video
had
evidence and everything.
They, you know what I mean? Like, had witnesses to say that she was lying. I mean, this is a lot of, you know, that, but even that case was there was a potential. If they didn't find Quentin Simon's body, it would have been an impossible case to try.
Right. But they just, I mean, like Betty, you know, she always says, oh, well, this case, they were able to do it with this evidence of love. Cases are different. Cases are different. You can't go by every case the same way. Everything is different with every case. That's the one thing she doesn't understand. And if she had the legal know-how that she thinks she does, she would know that.
I'm sorry, my cricket is extra loud.
I don't hear it. Earlier when you were talking and I talked over you, you were breaking up or whatever. It must have been when you were running your cricket, but now it's not.
Okay.
That was why I accidentally
I think it's
talked
because
over
I got
you.
too close to the other one. No worries. It's good, cheesy.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Well, I haven't tried to figure it out, but I'm going to one of these days figure out how to make felt eyes on the cricket so I don't have to cut them out for some of my stuffies. They would look really cute with the felt eyes.
Oh, it's super easy. All you're gonna do is get a eyeball SVG file. They may probably even have it in Design Space. You're gonna get white felt, black felt. You're gonna put them on a purple mat, and you're gonna use your deep blade, and you're gonna cut them out that way.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah, I know how to do it. It's just doing it.
So I have a question. Starting a new subject. Why do you think the Lore Lounge is like so gun ho? Like, he's even on Twitter kind of going at SF. Like, why do you think he's so gun ho about this whole situation? Do you think it's just...
You're not making any money unless you're after Chris and Katie, right?
Yeah, but it seems a little odd. Like, I just sat there and I was like thinking to myself that this just doesn't make sense a lot of times.
Well, none of it makes sense. A lot of it don't make sense why these people are going after Chris and Katie, because there's obviously not enough evidence.
Yeah,
but all these people are going against. I mean, they sound stupid because, I mean, they say all this stuff against Chris and Katie. I mean, about the different interviews and stuff like that. And I could say the same shit about Seth. I mean, their arguments are just stupid, in my opinion. But they feel like if they have, like I've said before, they're not going to make the story isn't there unless they have the boogeyman. So Chris and Katie have to be guilty or they don't have a story. If Sebastian was just lured out or abducted or whatever, there's no story there, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I sit there and I wonder, like he kind of glossed over the whole situation with Seth. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of weird how he glossed over that. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy who supposedly does deep dive research on a case. Well, I'm going to do that with quotations in my hands a little bit.
Right.
And you're going to watch a lot of interviews and you're going to be like, whoa, this guy is kind of a dirtbag, you know, this Seth Rogers guy. And he kind of just like, he kind of is more mad at Chris, but he's not, you know what I mean? Like, I think like you could be angry at both sides. You could be like, oh, I think Chris is an asshole. Oh, I think Seth's an asshole. like both of them are assholes. But it seemed like he just kind of glossed over, and I wondered when I sat there and I was like looking at it, I was like, it's a little odd.
Well, look at a lot of these people have glossed over what Seth has done, either in his past or presently, and they're all glossing over because it wouldn't fit their narrative. And then, then where would they be with the storyline? So.
Well, you know what? It's a weird situation because you got this young guy who's supposedly very educated, which I didn't even know there was a medieval study thing, whatever, to be honest with you. And he just kind of glosses over that. And I was sitting there, I was like, does that even make sense that you would gloss over something like that? And why even, and if it doesn't suit the case, and if you feel as though that doesn't really mean anything, then why even bring it up? Why bring up any of that? Why bring up?
A lot of these people, like, okay, let's say Coffendorfer. Okay, she was in the FBI. Now we've said we expect more out of FBI agents, right? They're supposed to be the elite, right? And at least that's what I think. And I mean, obviously, the way she has taken on this case, she's obviously not the elite, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But she's still going with it, even though she looks dumb as hell. But that's because it fits the narrative that Chris and Katie are bad, and it keeps the views, it keeps the story going. That's all it is. And I'm sure Laura Lodge is the same way. That, he's just keeping the story going, because most people are against Chris and Katie. So that's who you want to keep captivated, is those people that are against Chris and Katie, because that's the most views you're going to get.
And the thing I find interesting is he says he wants to start, he does like, historical research or whatever the hell.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, B. Tim.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
you were muffled.
He says he uses some sort of historical research type of deal. How could you do historical research on an ongoing case?
Well, he's just trying to sound smarter, I suppose, trying to get people to think he's smarter than the average bear, and so people listen to him.
I mean you don't have all the facts. Like, you don't know all the information. You don't know what the police know. If this case was went to trial and there was a conviction, or or something else that happened, like Sebastian was found alive or deceased, then you could probably make a story where you go through all the beats. But how can you really go through all the story and all the beats when you don't really have all the information that's available to you?
But the average people that are watching this are not watching it with they're not, I don't want to say they're not smart, but they're not a lot of people that are watching it probably aren't educated, I should say, and they're not thinking logically. Some people don't have that logical thinking skills, and they're just thinking, well, he must be an expert because he's got all this education, so he must be, he must know what he's talking about.
I mean, the guy got into a debate with some guy on TikTok because he believed that the fucking Bigfoot was fighting Vikings.
Right.
Like, this is Lore Lounge. He believes Bigfoot was fighting Vikings.
Right. But there's some people out here that think that, if you have enough certificates, enough college degrees, enough of this and enough of that. I mean, it's like people that blindly follow Bullhorn Betty. She said that she is a legal expert and that she's gone to college for being a paralegal and whatever. And she knows all this stuff and she's worked in all these places. So everybody's just blindly following her, thinking she's an expert on all this stuff. And she's dumb as hell, in my opinion, but people just follow her blindly because they just think that she knows all this stuff. So
yeah, and I find it interesting that you're doing a historical YouTube channel. You're trying to be like, okay, I'm going to talk about the facts of the case, and then he throws that out about Clue, like, oh, she's a piece of shit, like, oh, well, don't watch her, watch this other channel, I like it better. I'm like, bro, like, what?
Well, yeah. How are you doing it? How are you doing historical when this is a current
case?
The times of Abraham Lincoln. You're talking history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I think it's very, very foolish. I think
Yeah.
it's like it's really not something I think is a very good idea, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of people on here who don't have common sense. They don't have, I mean, and a lot of these people just think that they're watching a Lifetime movie.
Agreed.
So,
I mean, like, that's the sad thing. Like, you have this guy who's, in my opinion, seems smart. Though, I mean, honestly, probably should have, I don't know if the degree was helpful, but whatever. Maybe his parents paid for that degree. I mean, I don't know. Who paid for him to go to school, but I wouldn't go for medieval, whatever. What is his exact fucking credentials? What he went to? Let me see. Laura Lounge credential.
I don't know, but it's snowing again. For those that wanted to know, it's snowing again.
Better you than me, right?
Okay. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Let me see. I just want to know what his damn background is, just so I could go. Okay, so his about page. Many history, folklore, mythology channel dazzle you with well-written scripts, beautiful imaginary flashy British accent. Interesting. I didn't think he was British. Here we go. Things a little differently. Stopping Robert Asian Mathis tells you the stories from both history and legend in approachable, casual format. It's like you sat down at the bar and asked about the Wendigos. Welcome to the Lore Lounge. Background. I'm reading from his about page. Host Aidan Mattis is a Penn State educated historian and folklorist. Having earned his BA in medieval studies in 2020, Mattis is a writer and researcher with a particular interest in Celtic world. Technical producer Aidan Thornbury has a background in film, having earned a BFA in film and journalism in New York University. Aidan has written, directed, and at times acted in dozens of short films, media content, and over. So, I mean, how does medieval studies help you get with a true crime case?
That's my question, B. Tim. So after you started me down that rabbit hole earlier today, I was looking into that, and that was my exact question: was what makes him qualified to have these conversations when he's here for historical, especially Celtic lore?
Yeah, let's Google. Medieval studies is an interdisciplinary academic field that examines the history, culture, art, literature, philosophy, religion, and other aspects of life in Europe and surrounding religion during the Middle Ages. Okay, how does the Middle Age studies help us fucking find Sebastian? Are you a cop? I would rather listen to a retired cop or someone or a PI. And the fact is, I just read his about, and he talks about Wendigos. So that's your true crime channel. He talks about Wendigos. And if you don't know what a Wendigo is, it's a Native American myth about a cannibalistic spirit that forces people to do cannibalism in times of winter. And it's like it has a deer head. That's the image that it has, that he uses. He uses a Wendigo image. So I don't know if I would probably make my channel have an image of a cannibalistic spirit to talk about missing children. That's just me. Probably not. Probably not the best image. Kind of like having Hannibal Lecter as my mascot. Just saying. Not exactly sure if that's good imaging, but whatever. I personally think he came into this space because, he's looking for new content. He's actually one of the few YouTubers talking about. I mean, I have an education. I actually have an education that is not completely useless. Personally, I don't think medieval history, medieval studies is that useful in a true crime case. You'd probably get more education working at the local fucking McDonald's to figure out a true crime case than medieval history. Because, Because
especially one where a crazy lady used to go that throws nuggets.
yeah, that's a true crime right there. I could picture you being an actuary. Nah. I mean, and also the fact is, I just feel like this is not like part of his wheelhouse. You know what I mean? His wheelhouse is basically telling stories about myths,
right,
and historical things, and then you jump into true crime, and anyone could do true crime. But then, like, now you're going into an active case, and you're basically, you're not just talking about your opinion. You're actually adding the PI and trying to like get into a beef with the PI of the case, which is to me is like, what the fuck? And you go in drama after another channel. Yeah,
that screams sub poaching, B Tim. It screams dollars. It screams sub poaching and dollars.
His BA is in medieval studies, which is basically the culture of the Middle Ages, basically. Personally, I think he wasted his money on that, but that's just my opinion. Maybe he got that for YouTube. Maybe that helped him out with, but I could have given him a library card and said, have at it. There's a lot of books on Celtic mythology that you could have read. I personally think that would have probably been better use of the money on YouTube. Just saying. Let me see. Missing 401 cases are different. That would make more sense for Lord Large. No, that's what he does. The missing 401 case, which is basically the guy who does the 401 case. I think he believes that Bigfoot is doing it, or some other thing. Some people theorize other things like a plant that's making people get intoxicated. That's like an unknown plant species or an animal unknown species, some shit like that. There's a lot of conspiracies with the 401 one. There's some people that believe that like the reason why that those grounds were created was to contain something, those natural, so that's why they never want to break it down and develop it. I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories with the 401. It's very weird that there's so many people go missing there, but it is what it is. Does Dracula fall into the category? Well, Dracula would be a myth. There's definitely a lot of myths on vampires, so you'd probably be one of them. But Sebastian's case is nothing like 401 was my point. Yeah, it isn't. It's a true crime case. I mean, like, listen, he got a YouTube channel. Where's Queen? Queen's probably doing some RL stuff. You know how she is. She probably is making lunch or something, or doing something she has to do. Sometimes, being a mom is a full-time job, and sometimes she got to step away. It is what it is. So, it is what it is. I sub to Laura for cryptids, but unsub for this. Yeah, man, that's what I was watching. I was never subbed to him, to be honest with you. I seen a couple of his videos on Wendigos and shit, because I like the cryptids type of thing. It's kind of a cool little thing. I'm a horror movie. I like horror movies, so when I hear about myths and stuff about monsters, it's kind of cool to listen to once in a while. So I listen to it. Yeah, I don't know. Too many kids go missing in Tennessee, like 5 or 6. Well, that's a sad thing. This channel, I like Queen Bee when she's busy. Be Tim and the panel are worth listening. Oh, thank you, Casual Art. I love folklore. Yeah, thank you. I love folklore and myths. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think that's originally what was his style of his channel, and I think he's jumping into like Netflix stuff and I don't know if this is his first active case he's talking about, which is odd, but it's paying off. He's getting nice views.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
And that's why he's doing it.
Yeah. Which I can't fault a person for doing something for views. I mean, welcome to YouTube. Mm-hmm. Everyone's doing something for views.
All right.
I can't fault him for basically kind of sounding biased. And also the fact is, I don't think he's actually done research on all the interviews and stuff like that. I mean, how can you get into a deep dive of a case where one parent has done almost 30 interviews and you show the best interview of the guy and you gloss over all the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying. And another thing I think is a problem, and I also say, like, another issue I've noticed when I saw that debate is that he has an ego on him the size of fucking the moon.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuckaroos, man. Like, his friend was doing a lot better than him. His friend was like chill. He was kind of, I think if Bar Lounge approached it chilled like that, it would have been way better. Way better. If he would have been like, yo, I'm kind of new to this. I didn't know that I was supposed to do that. I'll do it in the future. I'll put the about my information. And he did take his advice later on, because if you look at the John Benet Ramsey thing, it shows that each category, he actually shows the sources. But like, you know, I mean, I think that's a big problem with that. I mean, like he has an ego. That's the problem. And I think that ego still exists.
Oh, yeah.
It does exist, man. I couldn't believe it. I mean, at one point, he's in this, you know, he's debating this guy, and he's like, you know, you're not married. He goes at the guy because he's like, he thinks the guy's not married. It's like, oh, what woman will want you, or something like that. And he shows, the guy shows his ring, and he says, I'm married. You're not married. You're projecting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. And the whole situation was just wild. Absolutely batshit wild. I don't get it. I don't understand. And the problem is like, let me see. Yes, exactly. He covered to John Benet, and he does two cases. He didn't just come into Sebastian for views. Leon. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. Leon, I think it is. Everyone does something for views on YouTube, and if they don't tell you otherwise, they're lying.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Lulu, that can be your opinion, but we have been around these streets for a while and know otherwise.
He didn't just pick that case. He didn't just pick that case out of a hat and say, "Let me just cover Sebastian Rogers' case because I am so into this case." It's not even in his state. If it was a Pennsylvania Pennsylvania case, I would agree with you a little bit. But the fact is, he picked it because there's a lot of views to be had, and that's it. Now, does that make you naturally bad for picking a case because it has a lot of views? No. That's an incentive. But for him, don't think he's just doing it out of the altruism and kindness of his heart. He's doing it because it's YouTube and you get views, and that's what he's doing because it's on the algorithm to get views.
Yep.
So my problem is I don't think he's researched it enough. And I think like there's certain parts when I was like, and I also think he's going at it with a real bias, actually, and not just my opinion on it. Simple as that.
When my phone rings, you guys don't hear it, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Because it's the final countdown, so I would never hope that Queen would get struck for it or something.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the guy has said on that, like when he was debating that guy, my channel makes tens of thousands of dollars a month. Tens of thousands of dollars a month. So it is a business. He also has another, you know what I mean? It's his business. Nothing against that. Make your money. Cool. Make your bag. Congratulations. Yeah. But the fact is that he saw it in the algorithm and he's covering it. He's not covering an unknown case where people are not talking about it, because, and the only reason why he covered John Benet Ramsey was because of the documentary that came out, and he said, holy shit, let me make a documentary that's basically the same thing, but with a slight twist of a lesser production and shittier version, where I can make as much views as
God, do you think he plagiarized that too?
God, I should do that. That should be something I look into. I should just compare the two with my Netflix and then look at the two to see if he's like stole material from there too. I don't think so. I think he learned his lesson. I think he learned his lesson though with that debate, because I saw that he had like an about and had all his notes copied and pasted. I didn't have to pay him $1 for it. All of it was as usual. Seth said, "Yeah, that's what I said." Peter, no, he doesn't believe that. I don't know, man. I think he believes in Bigfoot. I think he thinks those people are being taken by Bigfoot. That's just my opinion, Meredith. You could disagree, but I'm reading between the lines with that guy. I know you're not being mean. I'm just saying. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not. Don't care. Not a big deal.
And we're never dogging people for making money on YouTube. I mean, everybody's here to make money, I suppose.
Yeah, I have a problem
but
when people sit here and say they're not here for views and money. I'm like,
right, but it's how they do it. You know, like the way Betty makes her money on YouTube. It's horse shit. You know, attacking these families the way they do, it's horse shit.
let me see. I don't think he was physically abusive, but I get the impression he treated Katie like he owned her and she has to do everything. Well, you know what? The problem is, there's a lot of problematic statements that Seth has said, which surprisingly, did he even mention the whole when he met Katie? I'm not even sure when Seth met Katie and when Laura Lounge was going through it.
I don't know.
I mean, that would be an interesting fact to enter into. Yes, Seth met Katie when he was 21 and she was 12 years old.
Yeah.
That might have been an interesting fact to enter into the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. I mean, I think, honestly, I think and listen, I'm glad Mr. Laura Lounge makes a ton of money. I'm going to probably laugh the shit out of him if we go through this debate because it's hilarious. But, I mean, at the time, I'm more laughing at his reaction than the actual, facts of the situation. Because realistically, if he approached that calmly in that debate where he was like, yeah, I'm new to this, I fucked up, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this, I would have been like, okay, you know what? Who hasn't fucked up on YouTube when making a fucking documentary or something like that?
Right.
I have. I guarantee every single person have. You know? Who's going to remember to put, on the top, this came from this source? Though he did put a watermark, his own watermark on the bottom, which is kind of up. You could have put a watermark on the top saying, got it from Netflix or something, or this so-and-so photograph came from this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But his reaction was just too fucking crazy. He's cursing the guy out. He's getting pissed. He's calling him like a cult leader at one point, I think. It was wild. And I sat there, I was like, sir, you're going crazy, man. You know what I mean? It was voices. Was it it was like smart? You said it was like smart drama, a smart drama fight.
Yes, it was like smart person drama because you could go back and forth using Robert's Rules of Order. It wasn't a dick slapping contest. It was smart argument. It was cool.
Yeah, it was like smart person drama. It was a smart person drama. It was like if two smart people were doing a drama fight. It was like that. It was kind of refreshing to see. It was kind of refreshing, to be honest with you. It wasn't stupid. I can't stand. I'd rather watch smart people drama where they fight with each other than dumb people, because dumb people just say, "Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, fuck you," and start screaming into the mic. And it's
the Laura Lodge did do that. He did call him smarmy, and he did tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, that's true. He did tell the guy to fuck off. That's true.
And called him a shithead.
Yeah, then he did go after the guy's wife.
Yeah,
which was quite entertaining.
What I loved was the man who talks about having his master's degree in biblical studies and all of that. And man, the everyday ordinary Catholic just smashed him right down with the right Bible verses and broke the Bible verses down while he was beating him with the Bible. It was awesome.
You know the funny thing? One point during the debate, he's like, I gotta go. I got Bible study afterward. And he picks up his Bible, fucking lounge, and he starts reading through his Bible in the middle of the debate. Which I was like, oh my God, are you serious? This guy has literally brought his Bible to this debate about content theft. Are we in fucking bizarro land? I sat there, I was like, why did you bring a giant Bible? It wasn't like a small Bible, it was a big Bible. And I was like,
Yeah.
why the fuck is your Bible there? I was like, that has nothing to do with it. And then, like, every time in the debate, he's like, my script says, and the guy's like, I don't give a fuck what your script says. What's the timestamp of the video that you put out? And he's like, I don't know. Lord, I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he asked the guy, like, can you name all the parts of the plagiarism I did? And the guy literally said, 41 seconds you did this, 42 1 minute and something you did that. And then, like, after it came up to close to 5 minutes, like, Laura Lounge is like getting fucking pissed, and he tries to stop him from naming all the plagiarism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Laura Lounge did a maid outfit. It was weird to watch. I mean, did you ever see him in the maid outfit? Cheesy?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see
Oh.
that part.
Yeah, apparently 3 years ago, he was in a maid outfit for some reason. I don't know if it was some sort of bet he lost or he was raising money for charity. And he starts talking about Celtic studies and stuff like that while wearing a cross and a maid outfit, a woman's maid outfit. It was kind of interesting to see. Here, I'll put it in the back. Here, I'll put it in the back. You can look at that picture.
Okay.
And you can tell, hopefully you won't be kicked when you look at it, but you can look at it. Maybe it's worth being kicked to see the picture.
Maybe.
But I sat there and I was like,
what the hell?
Yeah, right? I was like, what the hell? And I was like, what the hell? Why is this guy in a maid outfit? Because I was like, let me look into Laura Lounge a little bit. I was just going through Reddit. And I was watching some of his older videos. And I was like, why is he sitting on a couch with another man and talking about Celtic studies and shit like that and Fae while in a maid's outfit?
Well, do your thing, I guess.
It was so weird. It wasn't even like a joking. I didn't even think it was like a joking stream. Like you're just like, was it Halloween or something? Was this a bet you lost? Was this for charity?
Maybe he just likes to dress like that.
I don't know. But what do you think of that outfit?
That's a maid outfit.
Yeah, and I'm like,
maybe it was Halloween.
Maybe.
These days, Tim, these days you're not allowed to make fun of people about that stuff.
Well, I'm making fun of like, does he have pants on? Is that why he gets along with this crew so well? Because doesn't like wearing pants. There's a trend here of individuals who are part of the green team that don't like pants. It seems like a recurring theme with that. It seems like they don't like pants. Just saying. Just my opinion. The pantsless crew. Just saying. Women are wearing pants. No, I'm saying he wasn't wearing pants. I don't know. In the maid outfit. Maybe he was. I don't see. But anyway. This was weird. I was like, what is this for? Halloween? If you're going to be in the maid outfit, you need a wig. I'm going to watch it, but Queen's not back yet. I think she's busy with something. I think we'll watch it when she gets back, when she plays the video. But it's a shit show.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
Can you hear
up?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So,
Welcome back.
Yeah, we got some amazing news. I don't know. Has old Betster went live?
I haven't checked. We've been
Oh
talking.
fuck! Well, get ready because the Exorcist fucking head's about to spin, baby.
What?
It's gonna spin right off that motherfucker like.
What happened?
Look the fuck out, Jack. I think I should probably end this one and start a whole different one.
It's up to you. Why don't you do that? Because I think we got a little bit of BS on the thing, on the bottom. You notice it might be not hitting the algorithm, or you want to do it with 12. There's 1,200 people on here, so I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and start another one because, like I said, the Exorcist head's about to spin, baby.
Oh, you're killing me.
Imagine a motherfucker.
I
I'm
don't
telling
want to
you right now,
wait
I just spent
anymore.
the last hour. Listen, I just spent the last hour on the phone with the attorney, and he is A1, and I owe y'all an explanation because, like I said, you guys helped me, pay for this attorney, and you guys, I mean, you've done A1. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and end this one and start a new one, and we'll just go from there.
All right, I'm
All right.
excited. And can we
I'm
go?
waiting.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to tell y'all too. So come on,
Hurry
meet me
up.
over there. Come on.
Go live right away. Go live right
Oh
away.
my-
Don't even. All right, I'll